flag racing this next time by.
So again, heat races for our Sportsman, our Bushman Bomber-A's, and the Mid-Atlantic 602 Modifieds. That'll help set their starting lineups. 8 laps of distance, 25 championship points to the winner. Subtract 1 through the field. 3 qualifying heats coming up, and an autograph session, and then the features are just around the corner. So here we go. Daytona Dodge American Auto pace car for the first time. Peels to the safety of pit road, and into the Goss start zone they come. Sean Fitzgerald, one of the most improved drivers this season, leads us down to the green, and we're underway.
Fitzgerald down to the bottom, but Simon's going to go up onto the top side, door-to-door through turns 1 and 2. It's Simons with the advantage as they head down back straightaway with a great push by Chad Pierce.
Chad Pierce in that 57. I saw the green bumper bars on the back, so I think I know what car that is. That is no slouch of a piece of equipment and no slouch behind the wheel. Chad Pierce up to second on the outside groove behind the leading rookie, Chase Simons.
Chase Simons in the 66 still continues to lead. The field now single-filed out on the back straightaway. It's Simons, Pierce, Fitzgerald, Ponder, then Kyle Case in the 5th position. Top 5, Thunder out of turn number 4, and it's Simons leading another lap as they hit the line.
And Simons better not look in the mirror. Chad Pierce wants the lead, and he pulls to the numbers here off turn number 2. Pierce in the white 57, a little bit tight on the bottom. For now, Simons muscles away the lead.
Pierce back down to the bottom, but here's the battle now for the 3rd position between Ponder and Fitzgerald. But it's Pierce who's going to get the lead as they hit the stripe that time by getting around Simons, forcing him up to the high side, and it's Chad Pierce closing the door in turn number 2.
Watch that white and blue number 8 car, Donovan Ponder, out of the back of the pack up to the 3rd spot. That's your point leader. A miserable race a couple of weeks ago, but his biggest competition, Dylan LeBeau, stuck back in the 6th position right now. With 3 laps completed, still Chad Pierce in the front.
Dylan LeBeau in the 88, the most recent winner here in the Sportsman division. Donovan Ponder, the most recent champion. He's currently fighting for that 2nd spot up to the numbers. Now the door now nose-to-nose with Chase Simons as they head out of turns 3 and 4. Give Ponder the edge as they head down the front straightaway, but at the line, Simons going to hang on to it.
Well, I think, wasn't it a couple of weeks ago when those two were trading paint in the feature and had some words down in victory lane at the end of things? For now, a nice clean pass there for Donovan Ponder. Despite getting loose on the bottom, Ponder, the championship leader, defending track champion, up to 2nd. Can he chase down Chad Pierce with 2 laps to go?
And it looks like the 151, Sean Fitzgerald, now also closing in on the Chase Simon 66 car. He picked up a runner-up finish here last time we saw these sportsmen out on the racetrack, but he's currently stuck in the 4th position behind the Ponder-Simons duo. But it's Chad Pierce coming out of turn number 4. White flag in the air for him.
1 to go for the 57. Chad Pierce, quote-unquote, out of retirement here tonight. Battle for 2nd, trying to heat back up as Ponder got a little bit squirrely off turn number 2. Into turn 3 for the final time. A comfortable lead for Pierce as he peels off turn number 4. Chad Pierce will pick up the checkered flag ahead of Donovan Ponder and Chase Simons.
The 151, Sean Fitzgerald's going to come in the 4th position. 5th going to go to Kyle Case.
We'll see what's going to happen here with the Bomber-A's racing each other and racing the clock. So if you have Race Monitor on your phone, you can follow along with the live timing and scoring, or just listen for us to hit the button.
EJ in the Daytona Dodge American Auto pace car going to gun the throttle down the back straightaway and pull back into the safety of pit road. And Ryan, this field of 4-cylinder American-made cars going to go through that Goss equipment restart zone, and they're going to take their first green flag of the night.
Here they come off the corner, and watch, they will scramble if you let them. Lynne is out, Steven Davila channeling his inner Dale Earnhardt, trying to take the lead on the outside. Oh, around goes Tyler Vickery. Jeff Gordon with a big spin in front of the pack, and Tara Wagenbaugh pounds the outside wall with nowhere to go. Boy, and that's been the luck for Tara. Just somebody, some way, right in her lap all season long. Last week, Steven Davila in that car had no problems on route to a top 3 finish, and tonight, Tara Wagenbaugh makes half a corner.
Driver out of the car on this one now, taking a look at the damages.
So what do we got to fix now?
Start pulling on the right front fender there a little bit.
Now, we saw a week ago that is a very fast race car, capable of finishing up with the leaders. And Tara, a rookie driver, just trying to get used to being behind the wheel. And it's been nights like this that have set her back, just You know, if you remember back to the beginning of the season, coming off turn 4, big wreck in front of her, nowhere to go. And same story here today, just on lap 1, turn 1.
You know, and we saw Steven Davila behind the wheel of that car last week. Steven Davila kind of been the super sub of the division this year. He's been in quite a few cars, not as much his own this year, but he's got the number 2 back out on the asphalt here tonight. So good to see Steven Davila getting that car back out and running. If you're in the pit road area, you're looking for something good to eat, knuckle sandwich down there in the pit area, keeping everybody down there well fed. Got to give a shout out to them. Tyler Vickery was involved in the caution, so he'll be at the back. So after some
no restart here, no start. Got a bit of a problem with the restart order.
A little bit of a discussion there from race control. The 24 of Tyler Vickery did not pit, so he will be able to retain his 3rd position.
Yes, that's why we called off the restart order. Yeah, we did not get a lap complete, so it is a complete restart. Coming out here to race when he's got time in between classes and just enjoys being at the races.
So this next time by, they're going to take the green flag. The field's going to go through turns 3 and 4 one final time. Through the Goss Equipment restart zone, it'll be Dustin Higdon and Steven Davila leading the field to the green flag. And Mike Austin going to take him 3 wide down the front straightaway. Look at this, Abremski with a high side pass.
It don't matter what car you throw Preston in, he's going to take it 3 wide and usually come out as your leader. Abremski in the high letter yellow number 7.
Mike Austin in the 5, way slow on the backstretch.
Oh my goodness, Tyler Vickery disappeared for a moment and I wasn't sure we were going to see him again. But there he is, and things are sorting out. But here we come to check the times on lap number 1.
And everybody's good that time by.
We got a battle for the lead as Mike Austin's, his Dodge is off the pace here. A little smoke out of Steven Davila. Uh-oh, car's falling apart here. Davila off the pace in car 2. Austin off the pace. We got one around. It's the 25 just sitting broadside in the corner. Boy, the Bombers don't want to get this one underway.
And that's going to draw the caution now. 1 lap complete on the books for this one this time, so no complete restart, but very, very strange by the 2 of Steven Davila. Just saw some smoke out of the back coming out of turn 2.
And Zach, that car, they just cannot seem to get the bugs worked out of it. He stays on this side of the pit, so they're going to try to look that one over. And the 25, Josh Ricasolo making his first start out here. Had that spin, but it's the 25W with help from Dan Webb.
Higdon, Brown, Vickery, the 25, and the 2 of Steven Davila. EJ is going to bring the pace car back down to pit road. And these Bushman Steel Buildings Bomber A's about to get back underway here in New Smyrna.
Here they come off the Goss Equipment restart zone to the green. The heavy hitters up near the front, just in front of your point leader, the 88, Stephen Brown. Obremski leads, but here's Higdon working the outside. I'm going to have to get used to Higdon being in that machine. Higdon and Obremski side by side for the lead.
Obremski on the inside, Higdon on the outside. They're door to door now, fender to fender, coming through turns 3 and 4, but it's going to be Obremski that's going to hold the lead that time by, but Higdon wheel to wheel with him as they head down the front straightaway. How about Brandon Monroe taking it 3 wide in turn number 1?
No issues with the breakout that time by. Just good racing up at the front of the field.
The 7 of Obremski currently still the point man. Brandon Monroe in the 14 backing his challenge off from those top 2 competitors, and it's still Obremski in the lead this time. Vickery trying to send it in there between Brown and the 14. Everybody good on the breakout rule that time by.
Obremski and Higdon locked together, and look at that, even with the breakout rule, pulling away from the field right now.
So it is the 7, Preston Obremski, who is still the man at the front of the field. Higdon backing off a little bit, but sends it into turn number 4. He's got wheel-to-wheel lockup with the 7. They're coming to the halfway point of the race that time by, and it's Preston Obremski still in the lead.
Oh, Brandon Monroe breaks out, but how about this? Dustin Higdon just run a 24 flat. That is fine. but a 23.5 is not. So police sirens for Brandon Monroe as to back it up.
And Brandon Monroe going to get sent to the tail end of the field behind Steven Davila. Abremski and Higdon last time 24 flat on both of them, and it's Abremski, a 23.986, going to send him to the tail end of the field behind Steven Davila.
So that'll get Dustin Higdon the lead by a mile and a half.
So the 7 going to have to go to the tail end of the competitive field. Dustin Higdon going to retain the lead of this one, coming to 2 laps to go. The fight is on for the second position now. It's going to be between Brown and Higdon.
Wow.
23.995 for the driver of car number 34.
And Steven Davila.
Suddenly, Steven Davila and Stephen Brown fighting for the race win, coming to the white flag this time by.
And look, Monroe's back up into the mix, so you can recover from breaking out if you've got laps left. Or side by side for the lead. Monroe's thinking 3 wide, and at the line, Davila leads that lap barely. 1 to go.
Steven Davila, car number 2, looking to pull off the upset win here in the heat race for the Bushman Bomber-A's, but here comes Brown and Monroe swallowing him whole, threading the needle 3 wide into turns 3
Monroe
and 4.
chickened out because he knows it's only a heat race, and he's got another shot at it right here. Here they come to the checkers. By a nose, Brandon Monroe if he didn't break out.
And Abremski in the 7 broke out, but timing and scoring shows Steven Davila in car number 2.
Well, my eyes said 14.
My eyes also said 14.
My eyes don't matter, I guess. We'll let scoring decide. What do you guys think? Was it 14? Or was it 2? Nobody knows.
No one knows.
We'll give them both a round of applause. That was fun to watch.
Car number 2, I believe, from what I'm hearing from timing and scoring, the winner of the heat race for the Bushman Steel Building Bomber-A's.
I mean, the monitor said 2, but there was a brake check right at the end there, and the 14 was crossing the line, so I don't know.
James Williams in row number 1, John Hatton, Richard Brayton. Then it's Chris Hatton Sr., Hank Baker Jr.
Yes, and I believe what's happened with the lineup, I think the white 2 is electing the rear, so that's moved the red and black 2 up, I think is what's going on here, and we should be set to go.
Once again, the red and black 2, that's Hank Baker Jr., and then Richard Brayton is in the white number 2 with the American flag font numbers.
Which look like nothing from this. Whoa, we got them starting before they get. Guys, we even named the start box, and we. Oh, look out, Chris! Oh no! Wow. We got big trouble here. One of the fastest cars in the field, Chris Hatton Sr., is destroyed before he even gets started. Unbelievable. The 8 car took off way before the Goss restart box, and this has caused a calamity and a heartbreaker for that beautiful purple people eater. It's a wall eater tonight, unfortunately. My heart, what a shot. And that just shows you right there, you don't got to be going fast for this place to bite you.
So the 8.
Now here comes Chris Hatton Jr. coming down. Is he going to the pits, or is he going to check on Dad here? He's coming to the pits.
He's going to the pits.
Safety team on the scene. And he's ripped down the DeBerry Paint and Body signage. And that one will likely make Speedway video. And look at the marks he put on the wall. I mean, that was a shot. And you don't see these Tour-type modified chassis get torn up that often. You don't see visible damage on these types of cars. And, I mean, just look at the front of that thing. It's a shame.
So we've got Chris helmet off in the car. Safety team over here taking a look at it. Get him hooked up to the Inferno wrecker there. And Hatton Jr. in the 09, still on pit road. And now we can see the Inferno team hooking up Hatton Jr. to the wrecker here. Or Hatton Sr. to the wrecker, excuse me. And there he is, everybody, waving to the fans, getting out of the car. It's Christopher Hatton Sr.
Hate to see that for him, but glad to see him get out and walk away under his own power.
Going to get a check here from our track paramedics and safety team. The 602's going to pull down pit road now.
I think that's just to give space for the safety team to work here, try to get that car hooked up and
look at that.
Putting parts
Big
and pieces.
piece of sheet metal on that one there.
A couple of them.
So it looks like the Hatton Senior 06 getting towed away now. So hate to see that for Chris, one of the regular competitors here. You know, I think I saw the 8 kind of gun the throttle way back in the middle of turn number 3, and then everybody kind of tried to catch up to him. And by the time they got to the front stretch and they saw that the caution had come back out, I think they all just kind of braked real hard, and Chris Sr. got the worst of it.
Yeah, and then it was a tough break for the 06. And that's how it goes. That's how the accordion goes. The guys up front get run into a little bit, and then it's the guy 3rd, 4th, 5th in line that just gets shot out. And that'll be one to watch back on Speedway video for sure. It's Stock Car Auto Racing, and, of course, everything he did that made the Governor's Cup so special.
So the pace car going to pull back down to pit road. EJ wheeling the Daytona Dodge American Auto Machine. And the field now this time going to wait until the Goss Equipment restart zone.
Yeah, we're going to go one more lap, apparently. Somebody can't get where they're supposed to be.
I believe it is the 99 of James Williams.
Of course, the brightest car in the field, trying to get spots on the restart.
He may be electing the rear. I believe he's waving everybody by.
That would make sense. All right, so let's try this again, folks. 0 laps complete. Probably should have been in the bag already, but
yeah,
we don't have a lap complete after the horrible start. Hopefully that's the crash of the night. Hopefully that's the thumbnail for Speedway video. But we got the features to come and a lot of action left, including the Heatwave 60 for both the Pro Late models and the E-mods.
So here they go through 3 and 4, back up through the gears, through the Goss Equipment restart zone. And the green flag in the air for the Mid-Atlantic Marketing 602 Tour Type Modified.
And that's how it's done. Nice restart here. It's Hank Baker Jr., last year's champion. Not to be confused with Hank Baker, or Banker Jr. Oh boy, we tried to wreck him off turn number 2. That's what happens. You try to make jokes and you miss some of the action. Hank Baker Jr., your leader, the Paramount Medical billing car.
John Hatton in the 88 going to move on up to second. Chris Hatton Jr. looking to get around Brian Stokes to take the 3rd spot away. But other than that, the field single filing out from here. And it's a 2-car race at the front of the field between Baker and Hatton.
Here comes Chris Hatton Jr., the 09 orange and black car, up to the 3rd spot around the pole sitter. Last year's champion continues to set the pace to complete for car number 2.
Hatton Jr. going to take that 3rd position away. Now it's Tim Evans in the 27 looking to pick off the number 8 of Brian Skosh to take the 4th spot from him. And in the 99, James Williams behind them. Look at John Hatton in the 88. He's closer than a car length to Baker Jr.
Boy, Evans in the 27, a late arrival, flirting with now the 4th position with the 8 of Brian Skosh. Battle for the lead also starting to brew. We got a slow car front straightaway as we're coming to halfway.
That's the 2 of Richard Brayton slowing down there on the front stretch, getting it rolling again. Hatton Jr. almost, or John Hatton, excuse me, almost to the back bumper of Hank Baker Jr. to take the lead as they hit the halfway point at the line.
Top 3 tightening up here down the back straightaway. Baker Jr., John Hatton, and Chris Hatton Jr. from the back of the pack. Rolling up towards the front now. 5 laps complete for Hank Baker Jr. Hang on. Got a 3-car battle for the lead, 3-car battle for 4th now off turn 4.
Slow car on the back straightaway. It's that 2-car again of Richard Brayton. Looks like he's going to pull down to pit road. And now the Hattons about to battle for that 2nd spot. Chris Hatton Jr. to the inside of John Hatton. And at the line, John Hatton's still going to hold the 2nd spot.
Battle, this one looks like it will be for the runner-up spot. And here comes Chris Hatton Jr. now, that orange car, looking out on the inside of the silver bullet.
Couldn't get around him that time by. It's going to be Hank Baker Jr. and the 2 coming to the white flag this time. One more time around for him. But all our eyes are on the battle for the 2nd between John Hatton and Chris Hatton Jr. and that 3-car battle for 4th.
Whoa, the 88, big loose off the corner, going to get shoved down the back straightaway. Chris Satin Jr. probably could have went by him, but tried to go through him. Pushes him into 3, but the checker's going to fly. Hank Baker Jr. wins it. John Hatton second, Christopher Hatton Jr. in third, and we'll wait a moment for fourth.
It's going to be the 8 right now. Brian Skosh, who's in the lead for that one. 27 of Evans going to look down to the bottom. Skosh going to take the 4th position at the line. Tim Evans in 5th. And we are going to get ready for a fantastic night of racing here at the new Smyrna Speedway. We'll go ahead and find a couple of our drivers, find a couple of our stars who we can grab a word with. And we will get that going here tonight. How about we pick up with a couple of our pro late model drivers here first. They've got the big race here tonight, so we'll go ahead and catch a word with a couple of them. And right here over here, one of the guest drivers making an appearance here tonight. Welcome on back to the Speedway, Preston Pardis in car 17. Preston, welcome back to New Smyrna.
Hey, thank you guys for having me.
Car is fast. We saw it during practice, during qualifying. What's it going to take to get to the front of the field? 60 laps. You've got to pace it. You've got to get to the front, pick it up. Do you think you can pick up a win here tonight?
I don't know. It's a lot different than a rally car and a Spec Miata. So we'll see. I mean, we're starting kind of deep in the field, but you never know, 60 laps. So.
Anybody you want to thank for getting this car together tonight?
Yeah, I got to thank Pete Clements a lot for letting me drive his Pro Late. We've had teething issues on it the past few times out on the track. So hopefully it goes good tonight and have a good run for it.
Well, welcome back to the track, Preston. Good luck to you, my friend. We'll head on here now, talk to another one of our visiting drivers. It's Tito Giafoni. Tito, welcome to the new Smyrna Speedway.
Yeah, thank you very much.
You, thanks to the invert, are now going to be starting on the pole position for this one. It was a 6-car invert, so you're going to be leading the field to green. Do you think you're going to be able to keep everyone at bay, stay out in front, come home with the win here tonight in the 96?
Well, it's my first race here. Well, I hope I can, but it was kind of a shock. I just got to know it. But, yeah, I'm very happy for it, and I hope I can try to keep up the position.
We were talking a little bit down in the garage area to Spencer Davis. He said he was setting this car up for your crew chief and, of course, won the championship in this one. How much of a help has Spencer been to you in getting this car together, getting everything set up for this race tonight?
I mean, to be honest, he was just great with me. I have nothing to complain. The whole team, Nexus, they just helped me a lot. It's my first race, my first contact with this car, so and it will be evolving very much during the weekend. So, man, I'm very glad. I'm very I want to thank them all, the Nexus team and Surf USA to bring me here. So, yeah, let's hope I can keep this position up.
Well, welcome to New Smyrna Speedway. We're happy to have you. Best of luck to you.
All right, let's catch up with one of our fast qualifiers from earlier. Not fastest, but one of the fast qualifiers. Brad May, second fastest in qualifying. And you got a couple of people nipping on your heels for the point lead, and you out-qualified them all as far as the points go. And I know people don't like to think about points, but you got to be feeling pretty good going into the feature.
Yeah, the car's pretty decent. We'd like to make a couple little changes. We're just, with it being an impound, we can't. Hopefully it'll come in, and by the end of the race, it'll be as good as we want it to be. The car's, usually pretty good and pretty fast, so hopefully we can get through some traffic and have some fun.
How tough is it to come out here in the morning and then have it heat up to, 110 degrees like it was today, and then race when it's a little bit cooler? Do you guys think about that when you're trying to nail the setup when it's 100 million degrees out? Do you kind of compensate for how it's going to be in the nighttime?
We kind of know what it does during the day versus the night, but we haven't run this car since we've changed a lot of stuff that much, so we're still trying to make some changes and doing some guessing that we need to get out here and do a little more testing, I think.
Well, you got 60 laps to get it figured out. You got to come from about 5th on the grid. You feel pretty good about your chances?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be a fun night. The car's, I think, good enough to be right there in the mix of it, and a bunch of guys out here tonight. I'm glad to be out here with them.
Got a nice field, a lot of people to beat, and probably going to be a lot of fun for you.
A lot of fun. Looking forward to it.
All right, keep your eye on Brad May, car number 9 here tonight, coming from about the 5th spot on the grid after qualifying in the 6-car invert. I'm going to head up here a little bit further on the grid because one of our drivers had some goodies that he has to give away, so I'm going to let him do some shameless self-promotion here. Working our way through all the great race cars. What a great field of Pro Late models today. Biggest of the regular season. Get up here to car number 84, Mr. Steven Reddit, signing some stuff. He's got boxes of stuff. Let's see if I can sneak on through here. All right, Steven, you told me earlier in the pitch you had a bunch of stuff to give away. Tell everybody why they should come see car number 84.
Because we always look like we got somewhere to go. So,
Well, and hey, this time you actually won 2 free tires. I said it a couple weeks ago, but this time you actually won. Is that helping the car?
well, actually, one of them tires didn't seat, and during qualifying, the car was vibrating so bad that we had to stay down. So we fixed it, and hopefully in the future we're going to look a lot better.
Well, good. That's the one that matters anyways.
Exactly. Thank you, sir.
Well, again, come see Steven. He's got a bunch of stuff to give away, koozies, bags, and thank your sponsor, too, because it looks like it's all over the giveaways.
Well, I want to thank Florida Paints for giving us these shirts for giving out, and I want to thank CMC for recycling for giving us the money to put on the car.
Steven Redditt, good luck in the main event. He's got all kinds of stuff to give out. Come see the white number 84, Steven Redditt. We're going to head to the black number 84, the orange wheels, my favorite color. And we're going to go talk to the other number 84 car here. Allie Owens down here signing some autographs. So, Allie, back here at the track. Last time out, didn't go so well. Hoping for better results today.
Yeah, we hit oil last time, and I don't know what it is. I haven't been in these cars in 20 years. My first race in 2026 was Daytona, and I hadn't been in an ARCA car for 16. And oil is, like, not my friend at all, so I have no idea what that's about. But today's been fun. I'm a mom of 3. My daughters are behind you. I had to drop one off at cheerleading choreography before practice. Then I had to drive one out the track to get picked up for volleyball practice. And then we had an intermission, and my mom called, and the baby was crying. So I ran home, fed him, and put him down for the nap, and came back and qualified.
So you've had absolutely nothing to do today.
It was an easy day.
Yeah.
I have nothing on my plate at all.
Listen, Max Wheeler's put my daughter to work giving away flags. So that's what I got to do. Bring them next time and put them to work.
I tried. They had to get the hero cards out, and then I couldn't find them, and they were jamming out in the car to music. So apparently it's hot out here.
Well, hopefully when you get home, you can show them Speedway video and show them a good finish tonight.
I just want to finish. That is all I want to do. I'm so thankful for all the fans out here. I was talking to you guys the other day about running Daytona and Talladega and the big stage and NASCAR. And let me just tell you, there's nothing that excites me more than being back here at New Smyrna. I just got to go meet Bobby Sears. We were talking. I'm 38. He's 82. He was working on my cars when I was 14. So it's just a really awesome time to be back here, and it's great to be around the fans. There's nothing like home.
Well, we're happy to have you back home, and good luck tonight.
Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Allie Owens in the black and orange, number 84. Big crowd gathering around, so we'll let her get back to signing. We'll find Zach and see who he's going to... There he is. Can't miss him with a hat. I'm glad you brought the hat. Zach, who do you got?
Well, right over here, right in front of me, we got defending Sportsman winner Dylan LeBeau in car number 88. Dylan, you picked up the Sportsman win last time we saw you out on the racetrack. A little bit further back in the heat race than I think you would have liked, but all in all, the 88 car is looking fast. Do you think you've got what it takes to pick up a win tonight?
Yeah, we'll see. We got to start in the back. Luckily, there's not too many, but they're all really, really good. So we just been working on it a lot. We tried something in the heat race and didn't quite go the way we wanted to, so we're going to try to get it going quick again and try to get to the front as quick as we can.
So you've got lots of bags of potato chips on the back of the car here. What's the story with that?
That's courtesy of Hers Chips. Brian Miller's been a big sponsor of mine for a while, and he's said, see all these fans on the front straightaway, so let's feed them some chips.
That sounds like a plan to me. Fans out here, come on over to the 88 Sportsman at Dylan LeBeau. Pick up some Harris potato chips. Sound like a plan, huh?
That's it.
Well, best of luck to you tonight, Dylan. That's Dylan LeBeau, driver of car number 88. And we'll see who else we can grab a word with here.
Now we're going to head down over here to the front of the grid. Because last time we talked to this driver, she got the crowd fired up. And I'm going to let her do it again. Going to see what Logan Mizuraka's up to here in just a second. She's chatting with some fans. Logan. I'm sorry to interrupt, but last time I gave you the microphone, you got the crowd all amped up, so I'm just going to hand it right over to you.
All right, here we go. Hi, everybody. No, that's not going to work. Who was here last time? Nobody? I know all the drivers were. Okay, so when I say hello, that means you say hello very loud, okay? Hello. That was still crappy. Okay, I did this last time, and I stood up here, and I almost fell. So let me not fall real quick. Oh, my goodness. All right, let's do this. I'm going to say new. You guys say Smyrna. Got it? You say I got it. I got it. All right, ready? New. No. Again. You ready? New. Okay, I'll take that one. Everyone have fun. Be safe tonight. Drive home safe. Have some fun. I don't know where I give the mic to. Do I have to give it back?
Listen, if you are out early, come see us in the tower, and you can take over.
Oh, that means I got to talk a lot. We'll see
Yeah, see, that's why I let you do all the hype stuff, because we got to save our voices.
Oh, well, we'll see if I have a voice after this race.
Okay, well, good luck. Actually, go up and have a good race.
Thank you. We'll see. I'll come up. Why not?
Come and hang out sometime.
Yeah, sure.
All right. Logan Mizaraka, if she has a bad day, she'll come announce the rest of the race. Thanks for participating. And Logan, thanks for doing that. It's always a good time. Back over to you, Zach.
All right, we'll see who else we can grab a word with. We'll find a man who's had a little bit of a break this season, but we've got him back tonight, and it's good to have him back. A former champion of this class. It's Brandon Monroe, driver of the 14. Brandon, you're back.
We're back.
It's been a little bit since we saw you here on the high banks, but good to have you back and taking them 3 wide right out the gate. It's a good indication to know that the 14's back. How's it running tonight?
It's running pretty good. We're not allowed to use the grass lane down there anymore, so we got to make it interesting somewhere else now.
Well, you've got a fast car here. You got a good crew. I see Gage Spears over here behind you holding it down. And, you know, this 14 car won the championship for you a couple years ago. Not running for points this year, but chasing. Is there anyone you want to thank tonight?
My wife, my kids, Katie, Dustin. Gage is standing behind me, so don't yell at me that I didn't say your name. Rick, Jeepers Den, all the guys that are on the car that help us.
Well, best of luck to you tonight, Brandon. Good to have you back here at the racetrack. See, keep on moving down this front straightaway.
Oh, Carson, your dad was second fastest in his qualifying, so, of course, you had to one-up him. He's qualified fastest. Got to start a little bit in the middle of the pack for the EMOD 60, but 60 laps tonight, biggest race of the year. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really confident. This is the biggest race I have ever run, so I'm feeling really good because I qualified P1, and even with the invert, I think I can drive through the field.
Points leader 2. Does that change the way you focus on this race, or are you just going out trying to win it?
I say it changes a lot. Because I'm the points leader, I have to really be concerned on where I finish and really not wrecking, so I think I'm going to kind of start kind of conservative and see how the race goes.
Well, we wish you the best of luck, and it looks like you're signing lots of autographs, so looks like you're building quite the fan base.
Oh, yeah, I love everyone that comes out here to watch me race, and thanks to all the race fans that come out.
Carson, good luck in the feature. Carson May, car number 10. Fast qualifier for the EMOD race, starting mid-pack, though, in the feature. All right, we're going to grab another interview here real quick. We made our way back towards the back of it. Going to talk to one of our newer Pro Late model drivers. Aaron, so we got to ask, jumping from the Bombers to the Pro Late, what's been the biggest difference?
How fast that corner comes up.
That is true. Comes up a lot faster now, and you don't have to worry about 24 seconds either.
No, we don't. That's a plus. It's a lot faster, and I'm still getting used to that. Going from 85 miles an hour to 120 is a big difference.
Well, and also, if you are running 24 seconds, you probably have a problem, right?
That would be correct. I'm happy to be in the 19s right now. We'll get there eventually.
What's the goal this season? Obviously, not running for the points or anything, but what's the goal? What's it like learning this brand new race car?
Seat time. Going from a Bomber A, I don't want to say they're easy to drive, but things happen a lot slower. This thing, it's a machine, and it's purpose built for this reason, and you got to drive it for its reason. So the more you ask of it, you can step out of line a lot quicker, like I did in practice.
Well, don't do that in the race and go put it up front.
We're going to have fun. We'll start in the back and log laps and learn a lot.
Well, and you've got 2 of the best sponsors on the car. Tell us about your sponsors.
Yeah, so the Racing with Ryan podcast. I don't know if you guys ever pay attention to that, but you should. And the big guy on top of the tower up there, Mr. Tom, Speedway Video, he gives us all the replay action tomorrow morning, and it's awesome to watch how we screwed up tonight.
Well, don't screw up and go have a good time.
We will. Thank you for having us.
Aaron Foy, car number 7, in just his second Pro Late Model race of the season. We'll see what he can do. Just getting seat time here today, but hey, you got to start somewhere. Jonathan Menega, how you feeling about the 60-lapper for the E-Mods today?
It's going to be a long one, but I think we have a shot to win it.
Well, you've had a good year and closing in on Max for Rookie of the Year. Are you even thinking about that, or are you just going to try to win this thing?
I'm going to try and win it.
Well, that's the attitude to have. We'll keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Jonathan Menega, car number 16, looking forward to that 60 laps for the E-Mods here in just a little bit. Working our way towards victory lane. We'll see who else we can find on the way back up there. Let's talk to his competition in the Rookie of the Year battle. Max Wheeler, our most recent winner. Real quick, Max, Jonathan said he's coming to win, and he's nipping on your heels for Rookie of the Year. You're not going to let him win, are you?
It's going to be a battle, but the invert was really nice. The qualifying, we kind of messed up a little bit, but I think we got it dialed.
Well, hey, if you're going to mess up, do it in qualifying, right?
Exactly.
So you won the last race. There's only 25 laps. This one more than double that. How you feeling?
I've been getting ready for it. I really feel like we have a good chance to win it today.
Well, good luck out there, Max.
Thank you.
Max Wheeler, driver the number 98. We'll see what he can do. He knows his way to victory lane. He'd like to win the biggest race of the season.
I'm going to lead every race.
EJ, what's that?
I'm going to lead every race.
Of course, that's EJ from American Auto in the Pace vehicle. It will lead every race. Again, one quick interview. Colin, I walked right by you. I was looking for you at the back of the pack. I knew you didn't qualify back there. You set fast time, first start of the season. How you feeling first time out here at New Smyrna?
I think the car's decent. Obviously, it has speed. It just wasn't driving the way I wanted it to today. Made a swing at it before qualifying. I don't know if I opened up the stagger enough for qualifying. Just obviously, like I said, it had speed. Now I'm looking forward to it, though. I think we got a good piece. I think just got to save that right front and that right rear.
6-car invert, of course, going to put you a little bit further in the pack. Does that mean you have to be more patient, or does that mean you have to be more aggressive?
Definitely patient. Obviously, the goal is to win, but the second goal is to bring it home in one piece tonight and live to fight another day.
Absolutely. You can't win it on that first lap, but you sure can lose it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anybody you want to thank for all the effort so far today?
Yeah, Race Car Engineering, FRS Shocks, Toby Race Products, Ryan, my dad. It's just us three this weekend, and we've been thrashing today. Didn't unload as good as we wanted to, but no, it's happy to have speed in it here. First time here in a pro late, I think, since 2020 or something like that. So having a lot of fun. I love the racetrack, and hopefully we'll be up front at the end.
Well, you haven't forgotten how to get around here either. Glad to have you back.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Colin Allman, fast time in the pro lates earlier today. And all right, New Smyrna, I know Logan got you warmed up a little bit, but let me hear you. You ready to go racing? No. Come on, I thought Logan warmed you guys up. Are you guys ready for some racing? All right, that's acceptable. Let's go ahead and do this thing. I'm going to ask you to please rise and remove your hats if you're able. I'm going to pass things over to Mr. Gray Schofield for today's invocation, and he'll pass it along to Mr. Pat Gagnon for today's national anthem. Gray?
Thank you, Ryan. We appreciate it. If you would join me in prayer. Father, what a beautiful night it did turn out to be tonight. Father, we thank you for the gifts that you bestowed upon us, Lord, and the abilities to build a racetrack, to put together the cars, Lord, to be able to have them skills to drive it, Lord, and we praise you for that, to have a great competition tonight. Father, we thank you for our military and our first responders, Father, and you just pray that you protect them and let them know that we care for them and all they do for us. So, Father, we pray for a great hedge of protection upon this facility, that you'd watch over us, we'd have a great night of competition, and that no matter what happens tonight, we would give the name of Jesus all the praise. In the name of Jesus I pray, amen. Thank you. Please remain standing.
Oh, say, can you see, and the home of the brave.
Thank you very much, Pat. Pro Late Models, prepare your cars for competition. We have the Spence family down here. When you're ready, go ahead and give the command to fire the engines. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Start your engine!
Fire them up, ladies and gentlemen. The field comes to life for the Hoosier Pro Late Models. We will work our way back up into the grandstands and get ready. Zach, up to you.
Lights are down on the Daytona Dodge American Auto pace car. E.J. Wilcoxon, as he mentioned, he leads the field to green. every
leads
single
every
race.
single race. That's right. And he is ready to get out of Dodge. Here we go, folks. 18 cars gonna make the start. And how about a driver out of Brazil leading us to the green flag with his teammate on his outside. Here they come into the Goss start box looking for green. Tyler looks him over, gives him the signal, and we're underway.
Side by side, right at the start, right away. Tito Giafoni, Ben Mack, door to door through turns 1 and 2. Mack going to get the edge as they exit the second corner. Stack up in the middle of the field between the 5 of Cole Anderson and the 9 of Brad May, forcing that almost 3 wide for the 5th spot. Sparks on contact between Palmer Hag and the 67.
Here comes Colin Allman, the 67, out of 6th on the starting grid, up to 3rd, rolling the high side of the Speedway. Allman in the Race Car Engineering sponsored ride, up to 3rd already. Outside groove rolling towards the front.
Brad May in the 9, saving that 4th position for now. But look at Palmer Hag in the 55, a man on the move. Didn't have the best qualifying run in the world, but now battling inside of the top 5 in a new race car for him, as the top 4 starting to break away from the rest of this field. Closest battle on the track for the 6th position between Nick Snyder in the 7 and Cole Anderson in the 5.
Preston Bart is way high in turns 3 and 4. And now slow here on the front straightaway. Tough break for the O'Reilly Series driver. Did a good job to keep it out of the wall, but off the pace, back up front. Top 4, nose to tail as they come off turn number 4. How about Palmer Hag working up to the 5th position? Smoke out of the 35 of Eugene Tumanella now.
We got another car pulling down pit road, Ryan. The 0-1 of Dylan Williams making an early exit from the race, but Brad May in the 9 making the charge around for 3rd. But how about the 67, Colin Allman?
Boy, Colin Allman giving up that spot to Brad May. Those were the 2 that I was looking at. Who can get to the front fastest? Now it's Ben Mack still leading the way. Giafoni now under attack from Brad May. Pulls the crossover move up turn number 2. May has to fall back in line.
May to the inside, Giafoni to the outside. They tuck back in line. Palmer Hag in the 55 has now caught this group of lead cars, as has the 5 machine, the other 5 machine, Nick Snyder.
Black flag for Eugene Tumanella's 35. Whatever mechanical gremlins they had in practice might be coming back. Tumanella with the black flag. Battle for the lead. Here comes Giafoni down on the inside. The driver out of NASCAR Brazil goes down on the inside. Will he lead this lap? He will.
He's down to the inside. May trying to find a lane between the 2 of them now. He's going to go down to the bottom. Almost forces 3 wide for the lead, but it's going to be Giafoni that gets it for now. May makes contact with Mack in the 13.
Oh, man.
Oof, look at that. Trying to go back in to take the second. Caution on the racetrack.
Allie Owens is backwards in turn number 2. Oh, we got trouble front straightaway. The 5 of Cole Anderson's all torn up. Boy, I didn't see either of them, Zach.
I saw smoke in turn number 2 when the 84 went around, but I've got no idea what went on with the 5.
Well, I imagine cars started to whoa up here as they heard caution, caution, and then somebody ran over somebody. I think Anderson obviously involved. Not sure who he got into. Maybe Palmer Hag, who is coming down on the flat of the racetrack. Is he coming to pit road?
Looks like he's going to stay out.
Fake out for Palmer Hag. However, Cole Anderson is coming to pit road. Cole Anderson, multiple feature wins out here. And now sands the right front fender. The Skinner team's going to have to go to work on that car. So some early attrition here, Zach. We saw the 01 fall out. Eugene Tumanella's been black flagged. And Preston Partis, number 17, is getting pushed back to his pit area. Now Cole Anderson on pit road. Stack-up effect after the caution.
And we'll see now the 55 Hag. Looks like he will be coming to pit
Wow.
road this time.
A couple of fast cars coming down to pit road here with 7 laps up on the scoreboard. Well, Zach, you heard it in the interviews. We're asking drivers if they had to be conservative or aggressive tonight. And I think some of them said they got to be patient. And so far, we've thrown all that out the window. Our most recent winner is apparently out of this one. Still working on the Cole Anderson number 5. So some early attrition in a wild first 7 laps.
The 5 machine, Anderson, back out on the racetrack now. So he'll head to the tail end of the field.
All right, getting ready for the restart. Into the Goss restart zone they come. Tito Giafoni, your leader. Ben Mack down on the inside. Watch Brad May up there on that outside groove. Here they come to the restart, and the outside gets rolling once again. and it's tight down into turn number 1. And here's Brad May up for second. Car number 9 rolling towards the front.
May moves up to the top side, shoves Mac down to the bottom, blocks out with the 67. But it's the 96, Tito Giafoni, the Brazilian, making the gain here now. 2 car lengths ahead of Brad May as they headed down the front straightaway. But watch that high side. The 7, Nick Snyder, got a huge run out of the first 2 corners.
Snyder having a good run in that 7 car. Keep your eye on the 67, Colin Allman, the fast qualifier. He was unfortunately able to let Brad May get around him. That could be the battle for track position. Giafoni leads. Brad May is right there stalking the back bumper of the debuting driver out of Brazil. It's local versus Brazil right now at the front of this field as they come off turn number 4. 10 laps complete.
Chad Rutherford in the 5 was about to make a move on Nick Snyder in the 7. Backed off as they entered turns 3 and 4. We'll see if he can regroup and make that move again. Big gaggle of cars at the tail end of the field. Contact way up the track goes Stephen Redditt.
Boy, Redditt and Ali Owen were trading paint. And then Reed Finney came along and about finished him off. Battle up front to the first spot. Here comes Colin Allman, the black 67 car working the bottom of the black 13. Side-by-side battle there for third. Ben Mack in that 13 car, going to hang on to it for now.
Ben Mack, car 13, teammate to Giafoni in the 96. That is a sandwich around Brad May in the second position. Allman in the 67 going to look back down to the inside of Mack in the 13. The rest of the top 10 completely single file, but that's the battle I've got my eye on.
Boy, and how about Tito Giafoni in that 96? Boy, we got 1 car out of shape and 2 is 33, Nate Smith. He hangs on to it. We're side by side for third. You know, it's going to be hard to tell stories tonight, Zach, because the action is everywhere, but that 96 car so strong during the World Series. We saw Spencer Davis race the team Super Late Model to the World Series Championship. And now Tito Giafoni out here testing yesterday, his first time on the Speedway, and now leading and pulling away from Brad May with 14 laps complete.
Well, the big battle right now, still that one for third between Allman and the 67 and the 13, Brian Mack. These two have been going back and forth the last 3 to 4 laps, but the 67, something's bottoming out in the corners. I'm seeing major sparks out of the bottom of the Colin Allman machine every time he goes into 1 and 2.
Could be low air pressure still building up. Could be setup related on the 67. It's still fast. Now up to third. We try to track down Brad May. And there's those sparks. We got trouble. Back straightaway. 1 car in trouble on the back. It's around. I think it's Logan Mizuraka. Yeah, Logan Mizuraka's gone around off turn number 2. Sitting just past the crossover on the inside of the racetrack. Second caution of the event, lap 15.
And that'll draw caution number 2. 25% of the way through the race. And Allie Owens in the 84, an unscheduled pit stop.
And she got bounced around into that run there a couple of times. Now the crew going to come take a look at it. Impressive start of the race for Tito Giafoni. This would not be the first time that the Nexus Racing team has debuted a driver from across the way, if you will. Let's come out and won. Gabriel Casagrande picked up a win here. I believe it was last season.
Yes.
We had kind of a wild start to the Hoosier Pro Late Model Challenge Series. All right, report from Race Control, some oil down on the back straightaway. So definitely want to get that cleared up. And Ali Owens is saying thank you for that.
I see the 61 Logan Mizuraka officially back into the garage area now. So tough break for the 61 team.
Good news is the oil looks like it's down on the bottom of the racetrack, at least for now. So the buggy going to go to work, get that cleared up. See how far back it goes, kind of the exit of turn number 2. So we do want to make sure that gets cleared up so we can get them back to running. Looks like one of the crews is going to have to come out here and assist with a potential radio issue is what I just heard over the radio. So
I believe that's the Jackson Denton 124.
We'll try to get that fixed up here. And definitely Erasure going to want to have good communication with all the cars out here tonight. Looks like we are about to get the field fire back up. So a bit of good news here. So we've gone under the red flag here with 15 laps complete in the Heatwave Pro Late Model 60. Again, another 60 lapper to come for the E-Mods, their biggest race of the season. They decided, hey, let's go get a few laps in. There's been some attrition, you know?
Yeah.
Pick up a few spots, why not? So Blaze Hetznecker going to come get some track time as that team makes their return to the new Smyrna Speedway. Not the way they wanted it to go, but going to get some track time nonetheless. Into the Goss restart zone. Here they come, back underway for the Pro Late.
It's a big shot thrown by Tito Giafone, he got a huge push from Colin Allman.
Oh, maybe too big a push. He's way high entering turn 1. Drag race down the back.
Brad May going to fall back behind him. Allman way up to the top side of May. Now door-to-door for the second position. Nick Snyder throwing his name into the hat now, but at the line it's still Giafone. And watch out, Ben Mack. Way loose down to the bottom.
Well, Brad May and Colin Allman duking it out for the runner-up spot. Allman, to me, in the preferred groove on the outside with the momentum. He's got the black 67 car to the runner-up spot for now, but he's not clear. May is still going to fight back on the bottom. So hard down there on the bottom. That inside car will get tight. We're racing up front behind the driver out of Brazil. Still showing the way. Allman now cleared a second, but here comes May back at it.
And a huge fallback by the 13 of Ben Mack. Restarted in the third position, now falling almost all the way to the tail end of the top 10. But it's the 96, Tito Giafone, still at the point for this one. And the 5, Chad Rutherford, looking to move down to the inside and pick up a spot in the top 5.
Nick Snyder in the 7's quietly worked up to the 4th position. A good restart for him, whereas Ben Mack slides backwards. Back up front, single file now as Chad Rutherford bursts into the top 5 for the first time tonight. Jackson Denton just got a little bit loose. Sorry, Zach. Ben Mack, and now the 5 of Cole Anderson duking it out. A lot of racing going on.
Brad May looks down to the bottom, trying to get the second spot away from Colin Allman, but tucks back in line right now. The gap, half a car length through turns 3 and 4, but 2 car lengths to the leader, Tito Giafone, who's continuing to lead as we clock 20 laps complete, 40 to go.
Anderson to the inside of Ben Mack. Boy, the Ben Mack 13 early race leader sliding backwards now as his teammate continues to show the way. Giafone by, 3 car lengths now over Colin Allman, 67. Allman the fast qualifier. Got 1 to make up here. 21 laps complete.
Tito Giafone, man, the NASCAR Brazil veteran that came into this one a complete unknown, leading the way for much of the day here so far. Side-by-side battle, though, for the 7th spot between the 5 of Anderson and the 13 of Ben Mack, who is just continuing to slip further and further back in this field.
Finally getting into a bit of a rhythm here, Zach. Field has pretty much gone single file. We're just a few short miles away from halfway in this one. Giafone still leading on the wheel. That ultra fast on the 96. Spencer Davis helping getting that car tuned up. We talked to him in the garage area today, and he was wishing he had a car to get into. But happy to coach these young up-and-coming drivers as Allie Owens is off the pace now.
Owens in the 84 moves down to the bottom of the racetrack. See if she can bring the 84 back down to pit road. Field spacing out otherwise. It is still the 96, 67, 9, 7, and 5 who are the top 5 at the moment. And that battle between Anderson and Mack is now between Anderson and Denton for the 6th spot.
Anderson down at the bottom of the racetrack. No right front fender. I think the only good news there, that right front tire is going to be a little bit cooler. Looks like Anderson's got a good car, but I'm telling you, not having a right front fender here is a detriment.
And Allie Owens going to make the final left-hand turn into the garage area to end her night a little bit earlier than she would have liked. Still better than previous times she showed up here at the racetrack, but that'll be the end of the night for the 84.
Just notice as Nick Snyder came around last time, he's had a bout with the concrete. Right side of that car a bit scuffed up as leaders catching the Stephen Reddick machine.
First experience with one of the slower cars on this racetrack. The leader's going to come up on Reddit in the 84, and then Aaron Foy in the 7 here in just a moment. Giafone moves up to the top, gets around him with ease. There goes the 67.
Boy,
it's
Giafone,
very close to Reddit.
Boy, he stepped up maybe a half lane too high there, Zach, and here comes Colin Allman as the rookie driver. Again, he's not used to running in circles like this on these tight confines. Trying to lap cars, that's a whole different experience. He'll get by the Aaron Foy number 7, but again,
way slow on the back straightaway. The 5.
Anderson lost 3 spots. Sparks, big Sparks. He might have a tire going down on the 5. Something amiss on car number 5. Anderson, tires are up. Might be suspension related on car 5 for Anderson. Tough break there. Another one falling out at the halfway point this time. If you finish this thing, you might get a top 10 result.
And the 5 of Anderson going to slow down. Looks like he's going to come to pit road this next time by. The gap for the lead, now a car length as they head down the backstretch between Giafone and Allman.
And the battle for the lead heating up. as you said. Here comes Allman, the fast qualifier. Took him some time to work up through traffic, but now in the second half of the race, putting pressure on the rookie, Giovanni now for the top spot. Brad May sits third, then it's Nick Snyder, and there he is, Chad Rutherford, breaking through the bad luck streak up into the top 5, trying to keep himself in the championship conversation. But he would love to get up there and get by car number 9, Brad May.
Chad Rutherford, a man of quiet consistency. When he's locked in, he's constantly at the front of the field, but it's just been a season of bad luck for him. He is now about half a straightaway back from the leader. And Giafoni now coming up on the lap car, the 33 of Smith.
Smith has made great strides in just his second start. That car was more or less in the way his first time out. But he's got the leaders closing in. And that battle for the lead heating up. Lap traffic. So we've seen the 96 kind of really tiptoe around those lap cars. He's going to have to bring it in a little bit better this time. Allman will be there to attack. 34 laps complete.
And here come the leaders trying to get around car number 33. It's the 96 Giafoni. You know, he's lost the lead a little bit further and further back to the 67. He's going to get held up on the outside of the 33 and loose to the inside.
Boy, if he had overcorrected right there, this race would have turned on its head. And here comes Allman looking low. Giafoni a bit high in turn 1. Giafoni, though, able to hang on to the top spot. Half a car length separate your leaders. Giafoni 96, Allman 67, Brad May, a couple of cars back in the third position with Snyder putting the pressure on.
Right now, the last lap by Giafoni and Allman ran a dead even 19.337. So these two running in each other's tire tracks at the moment. Brad May almost a full second back of them, running almost a whole second slower. So it's these top two cars right now, Ryan, that really are clocking the fastest laps that we've seen on the racetrack.
And the driver out of Brazil pulled the upset tonight. Obviously has the team behind him and the car underneath him to get it done. Can he hold off Colin Allman, who has been exceptional in recent years in car number 67 and some of the other tracks in the Southeast, making his first venture over here since around 2020 or so. Trying to make the most of it here. He's now a car length and a half behind your race leader. 38 laps complete, a long way to go.
Well, here they are again, Ryan, coming up on the Aaron Foy, the Reed Finney, and the Steven Reddit machines. This time, not as spaced out as they were the first time they had to get around them. So our leader is going to have to navigate through some pretty consistent lap traffic here. They're going to get around Foy with ease, but they're coming up on the 80 and 84, who are pulling up too wide out of turn number 4.
And Finney should get by Reddit here and get back to single file. That should sort itself out before the leaders get there. Aaron Foy doing a great job pulling down out of the way. He knows his place right now. He's getting his seat time. Does not want to get in the way of the leaders. So good job by the veteran racer, Aaron Foy. Oh boy, Giafoni again lets Allman get right to that back bumper as he sails around the Steven Reddit 84 car. 41 laps complete, inside of 20 to go. Can he hang on?
They're going to come up on the number 80 machine, Reed Finney. Trying to get around him, but the top 5 still the same, nose to tail. It's Giafoni in the lead. Second place is the 67 of Allman, Brad May in third. Snyder in the 4th position, and Rutherford in 5th.
Not much movement amongst the top 5 right now. I think the battle is going to be between the 96 and the 67, but Zach, if they get to battling, watch Brad May in the 9 be right there to join him. Boy, side by side again. This is not what your leader wants with Finney down on the inside, but he held it pretty well that time. Good spot.
And of course, we saw Brad May running up there in the battle for the lead early. Then we saw him take a major step back. And you've got to wonder, we know Brad May knows how to conserve his tires and fuel around here. Is that what he's been doing? And we'll see with maybe 10 laps to go, the 9 enter the conversation once again.
Yeah, might have been holding out, hoping for a caution, hoping to save the good in those Hoosier tires, but laps winding down. This race has a green flag look to it. If he's got anything left, it's go time. 15 laps to go.
15 laps to go, 7.5 more miles around this racetrack. And the top 5 now just getting around the Reed Finney number 80 car. Next slow car on the track is that 124 at Denton, who's a full straightaway and a half ahead of the
Whoa, Rutherford and Snyder almost come together on the exit of turn 2. Snyder had a bobble, and Chad Rutherford cut him a break. That could have been the caution maybe Brad May was looking for, but it didn't happen. We reset once again with 14 circuits remaining. Tito Giafona, your race leader in the 96. Zach, whoa, 33. Nate Smith, big sideways again, but he hangs on to it. I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. And now starting to get loose is the 67, Colin Allman. He might be falling off here.
Well, these last 2 laps, I've been looking at timing and scoring. Giafoni's been a whole 1/10 of a second ahead of the 67. He's definitely picking up the pace as the laps are clicking on by. Brett May in third, starting to put some distance between himself and Nick Snyder. Seems like he might finally be able to muster up what it takes to go catch the leaders, but we're closing in on the 10 laps to go mark. And these two are continuing to break away from the remainder of the top 5.
The handling starting to go away for these cars. Long green flag run on this hot Saturday night. Fatigue may be starting to set in just a little bit. They set into that long red flag. They've been here, most of them, since about 9 in the morning as Chad Rutherford fights with the wall off turn number 4. 2-car breakaway up front. Tito Giafoni, your race leader. Again, all the way from Brazil, getting the call over here in the NASCAR Brazil Series to drive this Pro Late model. And right now, looking like he's been doing it all his life.
And we'll see the leaders here at 10 laps to go, that time by. But they're closing in again on that 33 and Nate Smith. And the 7 Aaron Foy. Nate Smith, he gets pretty loose whenever we've got cars on the outside of him. On the inside, and look at this, here comes the 67.
Boy, a big lap for Colin Allman. Giafoni with a loose race car now. Here we go. Battle for the lead is on. Inside of 10 laps to go. Allman putting the nose down on the bottom. Lap traffic ahead, like you said, Zach. This could decide it all.
Coming to 9 laps to go this next time by. Allman in Giafoni's tire tracks coming out of turn number 4, but it's still driver 96 who's at the front of the field. 8 laps to go. They're going to head up to the top side, clear the Nate Smith machine. Way close quarters racing.
You can tell he's not comfortable when he has to change his line. Aaron Foy bows out of the way. Gives the leaders clear racetrack. Now, some time before they catch the 124, Jackson Denton. Time to settle in, hit your mark, 7 laps to go.
Brad May in the 9 starting to fall out of the picture here. Now a lap car between him and the remainder of these top 2 competitors. Look at the 7, Nick Snyder, loose coming out of turn number 2.
Got a big run on Brad May. The handling going away on the 9 cars. You can see he's falling way off the leaders. It's going to come down to Giafoni and Colin Allman. One who's never been here before, another who hasn't been here in a handful of years, and they're both putting on a clinic at the front of this field, and it's been fun to watch. This time by, they'll come to 5 to go.
Giafoni continuing to hold his line down on the inside, but Allman continues to stick that nose further and further down on the bottom every time he gets around him. 5 laps to go at the line that time. They're about to get around the lap car Jackson Denton, and the rest of the top 5 finally around the Smith machine, the 33.
This battle here as they come up to the lap car of Jackson Denton. Here we go. Here's Allman looking at the inside. Giafoni got loose. Lap traffic ahead. For the lead in turn 1. Colin Allman's got the position. He's going to wrestle it away from the newcomer. Tito Giafoni drops back to second. Allman to the lead as they get by Jackson Denton.
It's going to be 4 or 3 laps to go when they hit the stripe, and the 67 is going to turn the jets on. Now 2 car lengths ahead at the start-finish line.
Boy, Smith sideways again off turn number 4. What a battle for the lead, but that's all it took. 1 slip, 1 slide off turn 4 for the 96. Opened the door for Colin Allman, your fast qualifier, who now comes to 2 to go, and he's pulling away.
They'll have to get around Steve Redditt one more time to settle this one out, and that may be Giafoni's one final shot at this one. But I think Colin Allman, his first time at the track in nearly half a decade, is going to come home with him in victory lane. 1 more lap to go for Colin Allman of Lakeland, Florida.
Colin Allman excited about this opportunity tonight. The first car to register for the race tonight. Sets fast time. Lost the track position battle early to Brad May. Worked on the car. Got it back up. Lap traffic ahead. Here they come off the corner for the final time. Reddick gets down and out of the way. And Colin Allman will go to victory lane here in New Smyrna ahead of Tito Giafoni, Brad May, Nick Snyder, and Chad Rutherford, your top 5.
And that is going to be what a finish. Car 67, Colin Allman going to bring it on home after a close battle with Tito Giafoni. As Ryan said, Giafoni finished in the 2nd spot, Brad May in 3rd, Nick Snyder 4th, Chad Rutherford 5th.
He's getting ready to climb on out of this thing. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your winner, Colin Allman, in car number 67. Getting some fist bumps from the crew. We'll get Colin over here to the front of the car. And boy, like we talked about before the race, it's been a little while since you've been able to come here to New Smyrna. And tonight you guys came and you conquered. Set fast time and you win the race. Congratulations.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting this from practice. I felt like we struggled, but we had a really good long run car. Brad and the 96 were a little bit better than us on the short run, but once I got clear of Brad on that last restart, I knew I knew I could keep him behind me as long as I hit my marks and let the 96 go a little bit. And once we hit the halfway mark, I was like, we got to put some pressure on him. And he had the best car tonight, but we put some pressure on him, waiting for him to make a mistake, and he did.
Looks like traffic was pretty treacherous out there. You guys would catch the traffic and then have to slice and dice. And then you got somebody in your way as you're coming to the checkered flag. It's pretty hairy out there.
Yeah, it is. That's just product of a lot of cars, right? I mean, it's good. It's a good problem to have when you got some guys that enjoy racing here and come out and support the racetrack. That's my first win here, so I've had a couple seconds, but I'll take this one for sure.
Well, nothing is better than a first-time winner, and this has got to give you a lot of confidence for the rest of your season. What's the outlook like for Colin Allman the rest of 2026?
We got Cordeal next week with the Southern Super Series. And we don't know. The schedule's kind of changing, kind of pick and choose of what we're going to do next. But I'm looking forward to the rest of the year. I think we got a pretty good solid piece on both the Super and the Pro.
Well, I'd say so. Congratulations on that first New Smyrna win, and go get some more the rest of the year.
Yeah, I got to thank Race Car Engineering, FRS Shocks, Toby Race Products, Ty. Who else am I missing here? I'll shout out Fort Worth Screen Printing. That's one of my buddies from iRacing. We had him on the car this weekend. And Toby Noodleman. These cars are really good. And Ryan and my dad, of course, and my wife coming this weekend. And Ryan's wife and his daughter as well came and supported.
Colin, congratulations. Go celebrate. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear for Colin Allman, first-time winner here at New Smyrna Speedway. We'll toss it over to Zach to hear from our runner-up.
And Tito Giafoni in car number 96, going to bring it on home with a very strong second-place finish in his debut here. And Tito, your first time out here, late model on the oval. Coming up just a little bit short, but what a race for you, your first time out here.
Yeah, thank you very much. It was great. Actually, it hurts quite a lot that I couldn't hold the first position. But, well, I just got to keep my heads up, and it is my first race. I hope a lot. So there's a lot of things that I need to get better, a lot of things I got to work on. I just need to thank you, all the people that have been with me with Nexus, mainly Surf USA, being sponsoring it for me. My family, my father, my mom, my brother. So, yeah, it was great. Thank you very much.
What do you think we'll be seeing you on back here anytime soon?
Well, that's with them. No, I really hope. It was a short weekend, but one of the best of my life. So I really hope I can get back here soon.
Well, Tito, congratulations on a fantastic race for you. Tito Giafoni coming all the way from the NASCAR Brazil Series, and he's leaving New Smyrna tonight with a runner-up finish. Toss it on over to Ryan to talk to the mayor of the Speedway, Brad May, with a third-place finish.
Thank you, Zach. We'll get Brad over here to the front of the car. And, Brad, I know it's not the result you wanted, but big picture, like we talked about earlier, good points tonight for you, both in qualifying and the race.
Yeah, the car was decent, a little tight. Just I thought early in the race I could let them guys go and use their stuff up, and I might have something late in the race, but just never came in like I wanted. But they did a great job. Tito leading all those laps. It was fun to watch. He's such an awesome driver coming from Brazil. It's exciting to see them guys come over here and do this. A lot of fun to watch that.
Well, and I'm sure you've been racing here a long time. We've seen ups and downs with this division, but you got to like seeing 19 cars out here. And I know you want to win all these things, but it's probably fun to have people to race against too.
Oh, yeah, it's great to get Colin Allman over here. He definitely deserves a win here. He's had a lot of good races all over the place. Finally, to bring it to New Smyrna and put one on us is, I know, good for them guys. Glad to have them show up.
Well, now the good news is you get to go be spectator and watch your son maybe win the biggest E-Mod race of the year.
That's our goal.
Brad, anybody you want to thank real quick?
Bobby, Danny Sears, all the RK Edwards guys, my wife, Carrie, my son, everybody that pitches in. There's a lot of hard work goes in these things.
Ladies and gentlemen, Brad May brings it up with a solid third-place run. And, Brad, I'm going to have you do one more thing. Reach in and grab our 50-50 raffle. Looks like we have $209. Is that what I saw? $209 to win for our 50-50. Thank you, Brad. If you're not already a Brad May fan, you might be after this. The winning ticket number is 67. That's fitting for who won the race. 6-7. It's one of those nights. Shotgun of the field will be car number 17 for Curtis Robinson. As we get set and ready to go, the lights are down on the Daytona Dodge American Auto pace car. And a beautiful sight way up in the sky. The rockets glow off the back straightaway. And we're about to go for the EMOD 60, their biggest feature event of the year. And two rookies going to lead us to the green flag.
It's Max Wheeler on the inside, Jonathan Meninga on the outside. Behind them, two veterans in Carson May and Dalton Simons. Through the gears in the Goss restart zone they go. Green flag in the air for the Mod Mini 60-lap feature event.
Down into turn number 1, Max Wheeler with the jump, but here's Jonathan Meninga rolling. Oh no, 3 wide now. Max Wheeler gets jumped to the inside of the 14, Dalton Simons, and they almost come together on the back straightaway, and it'll be Jonathan Meninga with a race lead. Whoa, contact behind. Sorry, Zach 53 and 10 got together, but we're clean and green to lap 1.
We are. The field's going to go around. Meninga currently your leader on the outside, but Dalton Simons, the tomahawk, pushing to the inside to try to get that away. He wants his win of the season. Here comes Carson May in car number 10 now, looking to put the bumper to the back of Max Wheeler.
The top 5, bumper to bumper now, as Dale Howard is slow, and we've got trouble. It is Dale Howard. Dale Howard with trouble on the back straightaway. Caution is out. Car number 63, Dale Howard, had problems here on the front straightaway and then going down the back straightaway. We don't see him no more, so caution is out.
Andy also doing something special for the Bomber drivers tonight. He's offering money for the 8th place finisher. It is $100 from him and Dan Webb to the 8th place finisher of the Bomber A race later on tonight. But right now, Ryan's headed up to the top of the tower. Fans, who here wants a free t-shirt? Well, you better turn around, look up to the top of the announcing tower, because my co-anchor Ryan Stevens is up there going to be throwing t-shirts down to you folks here in just a couple seconds. So go ahead, wave your arms around, make some noise, get loud. Field going to come to a halt in turn number 4. And it looks like we may be out of t-shirts. Well, there you can see, everybody, the first stage of the SpaceX rocket coming back down to the ground there over turn number 2. And we'll see now the 63 Dale Howard getting hooked up to the Inferno Wrecker. Looks like his night might be ended a little bit prematurely. And I'm being told, Ryan, from Race Control to save one for a specific fan that our Race Control wants you to save one for. Although he may already be out. I don't know. Oh, no, I see another one. Trying to get rid of all of these Richmond Toyota forklift stress balls. There's another one. There's another one over there. And there's another one going down there toward the front straightaway. Had some issues and bought one of Jerry Simon's old cars. He's got that one running now. And the lights are down on the Daytona Dodge American Auto pace car.
Well, it worked real hard in that one lap of racing we got in. So let's get back to it in the Goss restart zone. They come. Leader Jonathan Meninga on the outside gets caught napping just a little bit. No start. See what we call a lazy green. Tyler didn't even bother throwing the green. He's so lazy. The yellow light's back on, no start. Leader was Meninga. He gets to fire first in the restart zone, and he did not get the opportunity to do so. Simons is going to say he spun the tires, but we're just going to go ahead and rack them up and try it again. And already in this one, the cream has risen to the top. Those are the drivers the rest of the field's going to have to work through if they want to get to victory lane tonight. Just from what we've seen on the regular season, very competitive amongst those top 4 or 5 guys. Here we go into the Goss restart zone. Meninga bringing him down slow, but he fires, and a nice even restart. We're back on the way.
Big push to Simons from Wheeler, who's going to go down to the inside, wheel to wheel with Meninga in the 16. May in the 10 going to look up to the top side to try to get that second spot from Simons, and May a huge run down the back straightaway.
Oh man, almost contact going to the third corner as Meninga tries to hold up both lanes right now. Simons with a run on the bottom, but Menninger with a push from Carson May hangs on to the top spot. Down into turn 1, they duel for the lead once again. Menninger 16, that silver, black, and red car on the outside of the black and red, 14 of Simons.
It was almost 3 wide there for a moment, but May able to withheld that. Now it's Wheeler in the 98 looking down to the bottom to try to take the 3rd position away, but it's still door-to-door at the front between Menninger in the 16 and Simons in the 14.
Good battle for the top spot. Top 4 all under a blanket now off the second corner. Drag race down the back straightaway, and the rookie, Jonathan Menninger, holding his own against some of New Smyrna's finest family members with Simons and May right in his tire tracks at the line. This time, Menninger by a wheel.
Menninger going to hold the lead that time around, but Carson May in the 10 just looking for an opening that he can take and get around him. Right now, the other closest battle on the track between Dylan Sale and Michael Mark for the 5th position. But it's Simons on the inside with a great push from May, who's loose. Carson May
what a
saves
save.
it coming out of turn number 4.
Still side by side for the lead. May and Menninger. No, I'm sorry. Simons and Menninger still side by side. May is side by side with Wheeler. And May on the mind as he made that big save up off the corner. Boy, what a great race at the front of the field. And Menninger continues to lead and holding his own.
Menninger still fighting off a challenge from Simons in the 14. He's going to get some help again from May this time by, but the field single filing out now down the back straightaway. It's Menninger, Simons, May, Wheeler, Sale, and Mark. 6 cars, nose to tail out of turn number 4.
Things settle down for a moment. A lot of great racing in the first 7 laps of this one. Menninger misses the corner, and here comes Simons. Battle for the lead now off turn number 2. Menninger opens the door, and Simons is there to shove the wheel to the inside, and here comes Carson May recovering from that slide off corner number 4. Just a handful of laps to go, and this time at the line, too close to call.
It's the Tomahawk. Dalton Simons looking to chop down the 16 of Menninger, but it's the 10 of Carson May who's the real wild card here. Simons ahead by half a car length down the back straightaway. May going to switch to the bottom, give him a push, strands Menninger up alone on the top side. It's Dalton Simons with the lead.
Great battle at the front of the field for the E-Mods, and Simons is trying to wrestle the lead away from the rookie. Simons, the sophomore driver, but of course, Jerry Simons, no stranger to modified racing here at New Smyrna. Apple did not fall far from the tree there as well. Side by side again up off the corner. Another drag race line. Menninger back out in front. We're getting some lead changes in this one.
Menninger up on the top side, fighting off the Tomahawk. Simons on the bottom. Carson May still the push man in the 3rd position. Seems like whatever lane the 10 car is behind is the one that's going to come out on top for that lap.
And just like that, we back down single file. Car starting to dance around. We're getting loose. We'd be closing in on the halfway point of a normal E-Mod race, but tonight, only a 1/6 of the way through. Long way to go. Still 6 cars with a real shot at it.
And May once again putting the front bumper to the back of Simons in the 14. Dalton Simons looking to get the lead back of this one. Maybe they're just going to let Menninger cruise around, use up some of his stuff at the front of the field here for a little bit. But Simons getting aggressive now on the inside with a push from Carson May, wheel to wheel down the backstretch.
Again, Menninger with that wide entry into turn number 1 that's been opening the door. But I'm telling you, car 10, Carson May seems to be the one coming alive right now. Simons, though, not allowing him to get down on the inside on the corner. May right up to his fuel cell as they go into turn 1. Again, Menninger with that high arc into turn number 1, opens the door. Simons going to shove it in there. Look for the lead. They're going to be side by side now down the back.
It's wheel to wheel now between the 16 and the 14. Simon's going to look to the bottom, see if May can give him a push here on the bottom. Again, loose for Carson May. Able to save it once again at the line. It's still Menninger, but Dalton Simons and Carson May starting to work as a tandem team down there on the bottom.
This is a fantastic race between the leaders. 3 cars trying to separate from everybody else, and all 3 of them could be 3 wide here off turn number 4. May gets his nose in there, washes up the track, and Simons back out in front. I think we've seen 4 or 5 lead changes in this one already. Good competition at the front of the field. Menninger, though, starting to slip backwards. Simons into clean air now in the 14.
Dalton Simons, the Tomahawk, out in front. Carson May now going to move to the bottom of Menninger to try to take the 2nd spot. He'll close the door coming out of turn number 4. First and second, now Dalton Simons, Carson May. Battle for the lead probably going to heat up here in just a minute or two. And now Max Wheeler in the 98 starting to close in on Menninga in the 16.
Car 10, Carson May closing in on Dalton Simons as Menninga slips backwards a little bit. Max Wheeler closing in on the 16 of Jonathan Menninga. They're your two competitive rookies. Run third and fourth. Starting to lose touch a little bit with the leaders now. Menninga might have used up all his stuff there, trying to hold off Simons.
Well, you know, this race tripled the distance of a normal E-Mod one almost, and Menninga not used to the young driver, of course, running a 60-lap feature event. But this time by, it's Dalton Simons who's the man at the front, running the fastest lap that time, too, by nearly 3 seconds faster than or 3/10 faster than the rest of the field.
Simons, May, Menninga, Wheeler, Sale, the top 5 against Sale out there in a new-to-him race car, former Jerry Simons machine. Oh, and he throws it big sideways off the corner. That was almost mega announcer jinx for Dylan Sale. As we recap the top 5, good save for Dylan Sale in the 12.
Carson May picked up a 1/10 of a second that last lap on by. He's looking to try to get around the 14, but he knows he's got a long race ahead of him. Doesn't want to make the move too soon, especially with how aggressive it was getting earlier. Now it's Michael Mark in the 53 getting loose out of turn number 4.
Now these drivers getting to the end of what would be a normal race. They're used to this feeling right here, Zach. The problem is it took it over half the race to go into uncharted territory. So they might be feeling good now, but what's going to feel like 39 laps from now?
Well, it's Dalton Simons, Carson May starting to break away from the remainder of the field. Got sort of 3 two-car tandems out there right now. We've got the 14 of Simons, the 10 of May up at the front. Then it's Menninga and Wheeler, a duo. But now Sale starting to break away from Michael Mark in the 53, both of which have been very, very loose coming out of turn number 4 almost every lap.
Well, it looks like the 14 starting to struggle on corner exit, and May looks to have a faster race car. But the problem is he tries to get the throttle down, and his car breaks loose. So these drivers dancing around, trying to hold on. Coming to lap number 23 this time. After the tough start for Dale Howard, this race has gotten into a green flag groove. And it's still Dalton Simons with the lead, but May, I think, has the best race car.
Carson May, car number 10, looking to the bottom of Dalton Simons that time. But Dalton's been running in front of him now for a little over half the laps that we've done. He knows when to leave an opening, but that time he went way too high on the front stretch, gave May a lane on the bottom.
Here comes Carson May. Look at that pass. Smooth as butter off turn number 2. New leader Carson May, and that may be all she wrote.
Well, they're about to come up on this side-by-side pair of slower cars, the 17 of Kurt Robinson and the 5 of Michael Say, who have been running a side-by-side battle for a little over half the race at this point. And if they come up upon them when they're side-by-side deadlocked, well, speaking of side-by-side, look at that move for third place by Max Wheeler.
Wheeler up into a podium position. Handling starting to go away on some of these drivers. I'm telling you, Carson May's back out in front now. His car big time loose off turn number 4 the last time around, almost slapped the concrete. And we've seen that out of Carson May. He'll be up near the front, and that turn 4 wall will reach out and grab him. So still a long way to go. Over half the race remains. Things settling down for the time being, but lap traffic ahead could mix it up.
And that last 2 times around, Ryan, Dalton Simons was the faster car. So he's starting to gain some ground on Carson May, but I think that might be because the Michael Say number 5 is kind of in Carson's tire tracks at this point. And if he can get around him here, but nope, he goes down to the bottom, lets the 14 close back into his rear bumper.
Yeah, it was a tough corner there for May as he got kind of held up by traffic. Simon's not really able to capitalize that much. Still 3 car lengths between the 10 and the 14, but May was loose that time off too.
2 laps from halfway at this point in Carson May in car number 10. Dominant since he's taken the lead. He's now out in front by half a second, about 4 car lengths on the straightaways, but Dalton Simons closing in again with the slow car of Kurt Robinson on the bottom.
Now coming to lap number 30 this time by, going around the Kurt Robinson number 17, the blue car. Down on the bottom, slow groove. May gets clear, and now you see half a track away from Michael Mark, number 53. Halfway home, Carson May leads it, third different leader of the race. Menninga led the opening feud, and he and Dalton Simons changed it back and forth. Now Carson May out in front trying to set sail, but Simons not letting him get away.
And the 5, Michael Say, starting to cycle through the remainder of our lead lap pack. But it's Carson May, Dalton Simons. The gap right now, about 0.4 of a second between them, running pretty dead even lap times. So I think now we've kind of hit the stall period where we're going to see a lot of this lead pack sort of lay back, ease up a little bit. They've got a lot to conserve. They've got halfway to go. And I think in about 10 to 15 laps, we're going to start seeing them try to pounce once again.
Some of these guys sitting and hoping for a caution flag at a restart. Maybe have some stuff go wrong and take advantage. If it goes green from here, it's going to be tough to catch the 10 and 14 at this point unless somebody's really saved something or something really goes bad with the leaders.
Well, we'll see here as the 10 continues to break away. That last time by, he's put another 0.3 of a second between himself and Dalton Simons, and he was 0.4 faster. He set a 20.644 that last time by, one of the fastest laps of the race. Carson May is on fire right now.
I would say so. A point leader doing exactly what he needs to do. These extra distance races could be an opportunity for the point leader to have something slip up, to be involved in an incident. And right now, Carson, despite having to start mid-pack after the invert, patiently worked his way up through and now leads.
He's up at the front of the field. Dalton Simon second, Max Wheeler third, Jonathan Menninga in the fourth position. Dylan Sale rounds out your top 5. Then it's Michael Mark, Curtis Robinson, and Michael Say. And, of course, Dale Howard in the 9th position, out early after that incident on lap number 1. The field all single file spread out throughout the racetrack. It is still Dalton Simon chasing Carson May, 36 laps in the books.
See car number 10 starting to pull away a little bit here, Zach, after the opening lap incident. This one's gotten into a green flag rhythm. And we're seeing, as you mentioned earlier, a couple of... Whoa, Max Wheeler with a big moment in turn 4. Hang on to it, Max. Here comes Menninga back for the third spot. Just as things start to settle down, business picks back up.
And he was trying to get that third position, slipped up on the top, let Menninga back on by. So Max Wheeler way loose out of turn 4. We've seen almost every driver here tonight. Carson May, Michael Mark, Dylan Sale, and now Max Wheeler adds his name to that list of drivers who have a near miss coming out of the fourth corner.
Well, they're almost putting 15 more laps on the tires than they are used to, and you see that starting to come into play. The grip is not there. They are used to having a lot more underneath them. This track is hot and slick. We've seen oil. We've seen things get thrown around this speedway today, and you just never know what they might be putting out the rear end of somebody's car. As Michael Mark is sideways off turn number 4. Track is hot and slick, and you're seeing it now. Coming to lap 40, 20 laps to go.
20 more laps remaining. A regular feature race left in this one. Carson May over the gap now, 1.3 seconds over Dalton Simons, and he's setting laps that look like qualifying laps here, Ryan. Carson May really checked out from the rest of the field here, who's still single file around the racetrack.
I'm telling you, everybody else in the field hoping for a caution. Carson May does not want it. But what we've seen out of the E-mods is you just never know what could lead to calamity. Michael Mark fighting with the handling of his red and white 53. You see Max Wheeler have a big moment off turn number 4. Seems like turn 4 is calamity corner.
And he's now backed off from Menninga. The two now about a second apart. Jonathan Menninga in car 16, safely in that third position, but still 2 corners and half a straightaway back from our top 2 leaders.
Another lap on the board for Carson May, who's in command. I think if everything holds together for the 10, I don't know if they can track him down, but I'm telling you, if we get a restart, or if things start to get a little bit wild out there, that could change in a heartbeat. Closing in on the final quarter of this event. These 44 laps will be complete this time by. Still a good battle for the third position. Max Wheeler trying to recover from that slide in turn 4, that bobble, if you will. He puts the pressure back on Jonathan Menninger for the final spot on the podium.
Carson May still up at the front. The gap now 1.1 seconds. Back to running about even laps with Dalton Simons. I think the 14 started to turn the jets on here a little bit within the last couple laps. Side by side for third, though. Here's Wheeler looking to pass Menninger again.
Wheeler with a great corner that time. Puts that red number 98 back up in the third position. Menninger going to go back to work, try to ride, and Max is tired. Look at the crossovers, like they're quarter midget racing again. Jonathan Menninger with a crossover moving the back straight away for the third spot. This has been fun to watch between the two rookies.
Wheel-to-wheel contact there between Wheeler and Menninger. They're going to come out of turn number 4. Wheeler still running, and Menninger's tire tracks put the back bumper to him as they enter turn number 1. Down to the inside goes Wheeler.
Oh, trouble.
And we got a car around.
Right in front of the leaders. Look out. Carson May threads the needle. Oh, man. Whew. Now hold the phone. There's the caution everybody's been looking for, except the leader, Carson May. That'll put that great battle for third to rest for a moment. Just inside of 15 laps to go, Michael Say goes for a spin off the fourth corner, and we'll reset it all.
Boy, that battle between Wheeler and Menninger was starting to get real physical, and now they're going to have to go through a restart here in just a minute. Carson May in the 10, Ryan, near inches away from striking the 5, and we would have a completely different story on our hands if Carson May was involved in that incident.
Yeah, it's got a good spotter up on the roof telling what was going on, so just a matter of getting the brakes to get woed up and able to thread the needle, hold a pretty wheel, and they're going to have a fun little battle to the end here. We'll see if maybe Simons was starting to hold back a little bit in hopes of this late race yellow.
Well, how about Jonathan Menninger? Led the first couple of laps. Now he's back on another short run.
Oh, and what a great battle he and Max Wheeler have been having. Two former quarter midget racers. They look like they were racing quarter midgets out there, making the crossover moves on one another, barely touching other than some, racing type contact. And been fun to watch for the E-Mods here tonight with 14 laps to go. A lot of lead changes in this one, and I don't know if we're done with them yet. You want to take an opportunity to thank some of our track sponsors here, including our friends at Direct Auto Insurance, All Terrain Services, and Direct Auto Insurance. Oh, they're on there twice. I thought that sounded familiar. This is what happens when I start reading the teleprompter, Zach. Also got to thank our friends at Bishop's Towing, Discount Propane, DR Properties, Generac, and Southern Racing Fuels Incorporated. As Michael Marks, number 53, gets the push here down the pit lane. We might have another one dropping out here. Let's see. Remember, Zach, we saw a lot of slipping and sliding out there, and if Michael Marks got a problem, maybe he's leaking something.
Well, he keeps getting loose out of turn number 4.
Looks like he's going to need a push. I think they're trying to get back in the race here, and he may need a push.
And they're going to get the buggy over here now. Oh, nope, there he goes.
There it goes. Good work by the crew. I wasn't sure if they were trying to push him in or get it started. But
I wasn't either.
Pace car is going to speed away from the pack.
EJ going to pull back down to pit road. It'll be a 14-lap shootout to settle this one, the longest E-Mod race of the season. Carson May, Dalton Simons, Max Wheeler, Jonathan Menninger up through the gears. In the Goss restart zone they go. Green flag back in the air.
Great restart with the 10 of May. Not going to give Simons the opportunity to nudge him out of the groove. Simons going to try to fight back now, take the short way around, but May is gone by a car length and a half, and that battle for third brews on once again.
Wheeler goes down to the bottom, trying to get around Menninger. Contact there. Menninger going up to the top side. And it's the 10 of Carson May, now a car length ahead in the lead with the battle for third, Ryan. Wheeler going to send another car down to the inside, see if he can send the 16 up to the top.
Now Wheeler's doing what Simons would have loved to have done to May on the restart, but he couldn't hang with him. Wheeler, 98, working the bottom side, trying to get that third spot back from his rookie competitor, Jonathan Menninger, who's put it to the outside wall. Still, those two lock side by side. They're like magnets here tonight. May continues to lead off turn 2.
Well, that last time around, Carson May ran a 20.6 flat, one of the fastest laps of the race we've seen so far. He is continuing to pull that lead out in front of Dalton Simons as this battle for third. Max Wheeler pulled the crossover that time to take the position away. 10 laps to go the next time they hit the line.
Max Wheeler clear to third. Everybody's single file throughout the pack. Car number 10 is going to lead us to 10 to go this time by. 10 laps remain for Carson May. See if he can hang on. Simon, Wheeler, Menninga, Sale, Mark, top 6.
Well, he started the night with a near miss coming out of turn number 4, but since that moment, Carson May has become the dominant force here in the E-Mod feature, leading almost every lap, running near qualifying pace lap times, and there he is again, Ryan, loose out of turn 4.
Yeah, it looked like he was up the hill in turn number 2 last time, too. See if the handling will stay with turn number 10. Boy, he is fighting the wheel, but still stretching the lead, so loose is fast, as they say.
Coming to 8 laps to go now. The top 3 pretty evenly spaced out. It's May, Simons, and Wheeler. Menninga back to 4th, and the battle for 5th starting to heat up between Michael Mark and Dylan Sale. Top 4 evenly spaced apart.
Michael Mark, Dylan Sale, now the battle to watch. Mark in that red 53, Sale in the black number 12, the former Jerry Simons machine.
Now it's Dalton Simons that got loose out of turn 4 that time.
Everybody's fighting with the handling. Contact in 4 between the 5 and 17 running for last. They were able to gather it back up. You see the Hoosier rubbed right off the 17 of Kurt Robinson. He's got in the Nerf bar of the 5 of Michael Say. Things settle back down for the time being. I thought we were going to get
there
another
he is
yellow.
again getting loose.
Everybody's loose. Everybody fighting the handle. The tires, they're going away. The patience going away. The fatigue setting in. And we're coming to 5 laps to go for the E-Mods. Their longest race of the season and the hottest night of the year.
And Dalton Simons is closing that gap up these last couple laps around. He's got it to within a car length on the straightaways. And the battle for 3rd, Menninga has now gotten back to the rear bumper of Wheeler.
Those mini battles we talked about earlier, they're heating back up right at the end of this thing. Menninga over the good launch off turn number 2, trying to draw a beat on the Max Wheeler 98 for the final spot on the podium. Mark and Sale still side by side. That is for the 5th position, red car, former champion, last year's champion, Michael Mark, dancing around on the bottom of the racetrack with his wheel-to-wheel with Dylan Sale in turn 1.
4 laps to go, now 3.5 for Carson May. He's running a 20.72. Simons running a 20.75. The battle for 3rd, almost half a car length apart. 3 laps to go for Carson May.
Michael Mark, the 53, clear off turn number 4, up in the top 5 for the first time tonight. Oh, big slip for the 10 that time. Boy, oh boy, can Carson May hang on to it? He's coming to the popsicle sticks, 2 to go this time. May and Simon's going to settle amongst themselves.
At the line that time, the gap half a second, but Simons ran almost a 0.2 of a second faster lap. He's closing. He sees the 10 making these mistakes coming out of the corners. Pick your battle. You've got the 1 for the lead. You've got the 1 for 3rd between Wheeler and Menninga. Carson May out of turn number 4. 1 more lap to go.
Final lap. Best battle right now is for the 3rd position. Carson May off turn number 2. He's got 3, 4, maybe even 5 car lengths off the 2nd corner. Menninga to the bottom for 3rd. Leaders in turn 3. Battle, this one's going to be for the 3rd spot. And they touch it around
goes Wheeler.
Up into the wall they go. Wheeler and Menninga take each other out as Carson May wins the race. Mark will come home for 3rd, and a disappointing finish for our 2 leading rookies. It was all so good for so long, and it all comes unglued. Tough finish for the rookies, but a dominating performance for Carson May as Zach gets ready to head down trackside and grab a word with our winner. A little bit too many fireworks at the end of that one between our leading rookies. But ladies and gentlemen, here's your victor tonight. Car number 10, Carson May with the victory as we throw it down to Zach.
Bring on home a win. Brad May coming on over to say congratulations to his son. And ladies and gentlemen, your E-Mod 60-lap winner, Carson May in car number 10. He'll pick up another win on the season and add to his overall points total on the year. And Carson, very, very early slip for you. Almost hit the wall in turn number 4 early on. You were able to parlay that into a win. Come on home, gap the 14, survive the restart, and bring home a win in the longest race of the year.
I mean, this is absolutely amazing. I did about spin it out that one lap, but it's a life lesson, to be honest with you guys. I kept going even though I messed up, and you guys did too.
So the 14, we saw him starting to close in towards the end. Caution came out, reset it, picking the tops line. You'd been fastest on the top all night long. You were able to hold off the 14. 2 took him out in the rearview mirror, but you were able to come on home for the win. Who do you want to thank tonight for getting this car together?
I'd like to thank my dad for his countless hours working on the car, my mom for spotting for me, all my grandparents. My grandfather crashed at the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah a couple weeks ago, so this race is for him.
Now you, of course, coming into the tail end of the season, you're still the points leader, trying to hold it off. Do you think you have what it takes to keep this consistency and bring home your first track championship?
Personally, yes, I think so. This is my 10th top 3 in a row, so I'm really happy about that.
Well, Carson, congratulations. A great win for you. Carson May, on the longest night of the year, brings on home a win, and we will turn it on over to Ryan to talk to Dalton Simons in second place.
Thank you, Zach. And we'll get Dalton over here to the front of the race car. And hard-fought battle with you. You and Jonathan Menninga side by side. You led a handful of laps, but once Carson got out in front, it was hard to reel him in. But good run for you nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, it was tough racing side by side with the 16, but I was trying to hold off Carson as long as I could because I knew if he got near me or by me, I'd be in trouble. And sure enough, he did, and the rest was, just history. But, I mean, that kid, shout out to him, though, because he can drive the wheels off that thing. I mean, he's a heck of a wheelman for a kid his age, so.
Well, he learned from one of the best, as did you, and you guys are both showing your talent here tonight. And thought maybe on that restart you might have a little something for him, but so good on the restarts he was tonight. And maybe if you had another one, you think you had something for him?
Yeah, I mean, we know what we could have done. And, if we have another one of these next year, we'll know what to fix to be more in contention with them and hopefully pass them.
Well, it's been a good year for both of you. You guys are right up there in the points. You've got some wins. He's got some wins. How's the outlook for the rest of the season? You going to pick up some more W's?
I mean, that's usually the plan, isn't it?
Well, that's the plan, so get to work on this thing, and you got a bunch of people helping you out. Who would you like to thank tonight?
I got to thank my dad, my uncles. We've been at the shop till like 10 o'clock every night, getting this car ready, trying to get a car ready for Dylan's sale, and then trying to get Chase's car ready too. So we just definitely had a lot going on. But I got to thank my dad, got to thank my uncles for helping me get this ready. And then as far as sponsorship goes, I got to thank Ace Enterprises, American Auto, SM Eagle Steel, McMillan Creek Ranch, DeBerry Paint and Body, Southeast Watering, Hoover Welding and Fabrication, and everybody else that's helped get the car here. So,
Dalton, congratulations on a great run. Dalton Simon, second place tonight to Carson May. We'll throw it back over to Zach to grab a word with Michael Mark, who comes home with third on that final lap.
Well, Michael Mark, the defending champion of the series, coming home with a third place that I don't think was expected from the driver of car 53, but nonetheless, good to see you back on the podium.
Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, I don't know how that happened, but I'll keep it short and sweet because I'm out of shape and out of breath. But thank you, everyone, for coming and staying. I know there's some more racing tonight, so I appreciate everybody coming out. I want to thank my family and God, I guess, here.
Well, Michael Mark keeping it short and sweet, and he is coming back on the podium this year, and we will throw it back on up topside to Ryan to get ready for our next feature, the Sportsman 20-lap feature event. Race fans, don't go anywhere because after that, we've got the Bomber A's coming to you.
Tom will get this reference up on the tower. He's the DDP of short track racing here. One of the nicest guys in the pits, too.
Absolutely.
You walk up to his pit, he'll give you the shirt off his back, and that's why when something goes wrong on that car, he's always got it put back together because he's got enough friends helping him get it back going. So, can he win it from the pole? We'll find out. He's got some hungry, fast racers behind him. The Sportsmen get ready to go. 25 green flag laps for these guys, and if they can get her clean and green, well, only a couple of minutes away from finding out the answer to that question. Third feature race of the day. Into the start boxes. EJ Peels, the American Auto Daytona Dodge Pace Car to safety. Here they come. Fitzgerald and Simons. To the green flag, we're underway.
And Fitzgerald got a great jump on that restart. Now already up in front by a car length heading into turn number 1. Simons and Ponder taking the air off each other for second. Chad Pierce alone in fourth.
Boy, Pierce's car looked like it floated up the racetrack in turn 2. Under attack from Kyle Case. Whoa, Andy Nichols pulls right to the back bumper. Gets it woed up. Lap number 1 in the books. Give it to Fitzgerald.
And Fitzgerald holding off Ponder here as they go through 1 and 2. The defending champion of the series going down to the inside to try to get the lead away. Can't quite get the nose under that time. Going to have to tuck back in line. Fitzgerald going to block and Sparks out of the back of the 151.
Fitzgerald, Ponder lead us back to lap number 2. Chad Pierce did not get the start he wanted in that sharply painted number 57. And yes, that car is hand painted, by the way. But he's getting his groove now in the 4th spot behind the mallet, Chase Simons.
It's still Fitzgerald at the front of the field. The whole field nose to tail now from 1st all the way on back to 7th. Fitzgerald, Ponder, Simons, Pierce, Case, LeBeau, and Nichols.
Ponder sniffing for the lead as Fitzgerald shows in the bottom groove. They almost come together on corner exit. Ponder a bit sideways, gathers it up, falls back in line.
Donovan Ponder now bumper to the back of the 151, sends Fitzgerald up topside, but he's able to recover and pull back down in front of the number 8 of Donovan Ponder. Fitzgerald having a great run in the lead.
Fitzgerald a little wide on corner exit, again opening the door for Ponder, who's got the car to the numbers, to the nose, and as they would say, door bumper clear. He's to the lead and pulling away.
And here comes Chase Simons in the 66 now, starting to attack Fitzgerald to take second away. They're door-to-door through turns 1 and 2. The speed we saw Chad Pierce have in the heat race, not quick to come to the 57 car.
Fitzgerald, now that he's given up the ghost for the top spot, starting to fade backwards now. Going to cut down in front of Chad Pierce because I'm tired of getting past. You're not getting me this lap. Fitzgerald holding his own in 3rd for now. And Simons, just like a couple of weeks ago, in the runner-up spot behind our point leader and defending track champion Donovan Ponder, who's got the mechanical gremlins fixed back up. Car 8 back out in front where it's been so much this season.
So the 8 Donovan Ponder out in front by 4 car lengths now as they move through 1 and 2. Then it's Simons and now Pierce looking to the inside of Fitzgerald to try to get the 3rd away. That's the closest battle on the racetrack.
Looks like Pierce's car not quite as good as it was in the heat race. Don't know if they've not adjusted on the car or missed the setup. It looks loose. It's dancing around. Definitely in the wake of that 151. Did not get through the corner as he would expect. Chad Pierce in the 57. Heat race winner, still mired mid-pack.
61, Kyle Case rounding out the top 5. Then it's LeBeau and Andy Nichols. But it's Donovan Ponder continuing to grow that lead over the mallet, Chase Simons, as the field's starting to calm down a little bit as we come to lap number 9.
1/3 of the way through. Battle brewing for 3rd. Been seeing that a lot tonight. The 3rd place battle. Been action-packed. Ponder going to come by, bring us lap number 10. Dylan LeBeau, not much progress over the back of the field. Our most recent winner stuck back in the 6th position.
And we saw Dylan LeBeau have a very dominant win last time he was here, but this time sort of mired deep in the field outside the top 5 right now. It's Sean Fitzgerald still holding 3rd away from Chad Pierce, but Ponder still the leader and the fastest car on the racetrack.
Going up towards halfway through, things have really settled down. It was a ferocious start to the race with Fitzgerald duking it out for the lead as Simons throws her sideways. And again, you get to the halfway point in any race, and it seems like the cars just flip a switch and start getting sideways.
So Chase Simons in the 66 car in the runner-up where he's been so many times throughout this season, still trying to get that first Sportsman win. You know, we saw in the Super Stocks, he got his first win almost right out the gate in his rookie season there, but a little bit more of an adjustment here to the number 66 Sportsman car.
This time by it'll be 14 laps complete, and it's all single file. Chad Pierce has backed off the Fitzgerald machine. And that thing just does not look the same as it did in the heat race. I was expecting Chad Pierce to maybe be the guy we're talking about kind of pulling away, dominating the race based on those that 8-lap dash earlier today, but that has not been the case. Behind him, it is the case. Kyle Case in fifth spot.
We didn't seem to have the long run car that he did when he had a lot of short run speed earlier, but not much on the long run side of things here tonight for Chad Pierce. He's still back in the 4th position behind Fitzgerald, Simons, and of course Donovan Ponder, who's now half a straightaway out in front of Chase Simons.
Yeah, it's about as tame a Sportsman race as you'll see. These guys not afraid to get up there and mix it up, but tonight just strung out, clicking off some laps. But I'm telling you, Zach, if we get a caution, yeah, that's a big if the way they're running right now, that could change everything.
Ponder currently fastest on track, 20.495 his last lap. The gap back to Simons, 1.25 seconds. And the battle for third starting to heat up. Pierce closing back in on Fitzgerald.
Nobody really been able to make a move. Chad Pierce trying to rally here late, get himself up on the podium. He can get by Sean Fitzgerald. Coming to lap number 18 this time by for car number 8, Donovan Ponder, who's been in command, dominant. Whoa, Chad Pierce throwing her sideways off the corner. Maybe that's his problem. Might be a little too loose.
Might be. If he can pick up another spot and finish on the podium, I think that might be a good cap off to his day here as he's come back into the Sportsman ranks as Donovan Ponder, showing everybody why he won that championship last season, continuing to lead, 6 laps to go.
Just like the last race, the battle in this one may be for third if Chad Pierce can get some grip in that 57. I think he's got the car. He's just not. I mean, look at it get through the corner. That thing is digging, but it's loose off. Loose off is the problem for Chad Pierce.
So it's still the 8, Ponder, Simons, Fitzgerald, Pierce, Case, LeBeau, and Nichols. However, it is now starting to slow down a little bit. The gap between Ponder and Simons is closed by 3/10 of a second this last lap by. So the 66 starting to slowly reel him in, but with 4 laps to go, I think he might be out of time.
Time of the essence for Simons now. It might be the second race in a row where the Simons family ends up the bridesmaid. The laps are winding down. Car number 8 coming to the line with 3 to go. Donovan Ponder, the championship leader, recovering from a dismal night a couple of weeks ago. We're going to parlay this into another win here in 2026.
So Donovan Ponder, the Aquabanas number 18. Stoic at the front of this field. Chad Pierce going to once again send it into the corner of turn number 4. Couldn't get it around though. Still behind Sean Fitzgerald. Coming to the white flag this next time by.
Donovan Ponder looking for his 3rd win of the season. Well in control. Want to see that white flag fly because he knows next time around will be checkers. And it's almost wreckers for Chad Pierce. That car out of control. He's slow on the front straightaway. Can he make it back around? Pierce. And Kyle Case is going to, well, if he picks a lane, Kyle Case is going to get by. But off of turn number 4, your checkered flag and a fly for the 3rd time in 2026 to the point leader, Donovan Ponder. 2nd will go to Simons, Fitzgerald in 3rd.
And then it's going to be Kyle Case, 4th, Dylan LeBeau, 5th, Chad Pierce in 6th, and Andy Nichols going to finish it off.
And ladies and gentlemen, here he comes, your winner tonight for the Sportsman, Donovan Ponder in car number 8. He was none too happy with the mechanical problems that plagued this car. We'll sneak on in here, grab a word with him. Donovan, much better result than last time. Out early a couple weeks ago, and tonight back up front, victory lane.
Yeah, we had some just technical difficulties last race out. Ended up breaking some rear end parts, but we went back to the shop, put this thing back together, checked some stuff, and tried to make it a little faster. Tried some stuff tonight. Track was definitely not that good tonight for these changes, so we'll go back to the drawing board.
Was it the heat, or is it just you got to go back to work on the race cars? Is it setup, or just the track today being so hot?
I think it's between the track being hot and then I know these Pro Late Model guys, a lot of them been here for the past couple of days, so there's a lot of rubber down. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to chalk it up for rubber on the track. It's just not agreeing with it. But yeah, we'll go back to the drawing board and come back next week faster.
Well, tough conditions aside, you're back in victory lane, and I could see a couple weeks ago when you pulled in, you were so frustrated. So this has got to take the edge off a little bit.
Yeah, it is. It's a little frustrating when things don't go your way. I've been working on it a little bit, but yeah, love when things go right. Try to feed off of what goes wrong and make it better.
Well, you get to celebrate tonight. Do you have anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, Aquabanas, Mark and Julie. They always come on and help us, and give them a call, and whatever I need, he's usually there for it. My mom and dad, my wife, Josh Williams and Josh Williams Motorsports. They're from North Carolina, so they don't always get down here. And luckily tonight they were down here and were able to celebrate this win together.
Yeah, I was wondering if that special spotter gave you a few extra horsepower today.
Maybe a little bit. He's definitely a good driver coach on the radio. So I was taking what he was saying to do and feeding off of it and making that gap grow.
Well, congratulations on the win. We'll let you go celebrate.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, Donovan Ponder, your winner for the Sportsman tonight. We'll pass it over to Zach to hear from our runner-up. Zach, I guess we'll take a walk.
I guess we will. We're all the way here down the front straightaway to go find Chase Simons, get a word win with him. Finished up in the second position, much like his brother Dalton did in the E-Mod feature. Chase getting the fire suit off here a little bit, and another second on the books for you, but man, it's got to feel good, getting this car back to where it is. Your first season, getting all these second-place finishes. And I know you want to be in victory lane, but the consistency with it being your first year has got to feel good.
Yeah, it's not bad. We're still getting this car right, and we just have a little problem through the center, getting up off. But once we get it right, we'll be a rocket ship for sure.
Anybody you want to thank tonight for getting this car together?
Absolutely. I'd like to thank Ace Enterprises. He bought me this car, and he buys me tires all the time. He's the biggest help I got for sure. And Hoover's Welding and Fab, Gene Kelly Roofing, McMillan Creek Ranch, D. Barrett Paint Body, American Auto, SM Eagle Steel, Dave Sand and Gravel, Knuckle Sandwich, and just anyone else who helps out on this thing. My family, everybody. It takes everybody. So.
Well, a well-deserved second place for you here tonight. Chase Simons bringing on home yet another second-place finish to his Sportsman career. And now we'll throw it on over to Ryan to talk to Sean Fitzgerald, our final podium finisher.
Thank you, Zach. And seeing this guy up on the podium, hard-earned race tonight. And, boy, one of the most improved drivers in the field. Sean, you led some laps and bring her home with a podium finish. Congratulations on a great day.
Well, thank you a lot. I really starting to get the hang of this, and, of course, it helps getting the car better and better. These guys have stuck with me, so really a big shout-out. Jarek doing a great job on the radio, boys in the sporters in the pits, and, of course, my cousin Jason's really been digging in with us deep, and now we've got a race car that we can start to learn to be more competitive on a regular basis. So, of course, as I always say, my biggest fan, my wife, and thank her for sticking by me day in and day out through this and putting up with all my crazy antics.
And you've had a couple of podium finishes in the past, and those were nights where there's only a handful of cars. But now I know we don't have a huge number of cars, but you're up here competing with some of the best drivers in the state.
Yeah, it definitely feels good. I mean, there's some seriously strong contenders here that could be winning week in and week out. So, great class and a great learning opportunity for me.
Well, it's great to see you continue to improve, and hopefully we'll be talking to you 2 spots better here before too long.
We're trying.
Sean, good run tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sean Fitzgerald brings home with a great third-place finish. Chase Simon second. Donovan Ponder heading that away to Tech as your race winner. We got some racing still to go. The Bomber A's peeling off the Speedway. Their 20-lap feature is coming up next. We'll toss it up trackside or topside and get ready for their main event next. And we are coming to the green flag. 20 laps, 8 cars. See how many are left at the end. It's been kind of a wild day. The heats took some guys out.
So it's the 24, Tyler Vickery, Stephen Brown, Brandon Monroe, Stephen DeVilla, Dustin Higdon, Josh Rizascalo, Michael Austin, and Preston Obremski. Your 8-car field, they're going to go up through the gears through turns 3 and 4. back up through the Goss equipment restart zone. And the green flag going to get waved by Tyler up in the flag stand. The Bushman Steel Buildings Bomber A's underway.
Tyler gives the green to Tyler, and Tyler's away with the lead. But he's got Brandon, he's got Steven, and he's got company in turn 1 as they fan out.
Almost swallowed up hole there, 3 wide now for the 3rd spot. Davila trying to make that one a 3-car race.
Look at Tyler holding his own in that Saturn.
And now he's up onto the top side. Here comes Dustin Higdon in the 34. Higdon, a veteran of this division, he's moving down to the inside, trying to take the 2nd spot away from victory.
Side by side, those 2 cars, pretty much identical, just to make it easy on us up here. Got to check the timing and scoring that time. I think everybody's good. Should probably pull that up there, Zach, so we know what we're talking about. Battle for the lead as Higdon works up through traffic. Side by side, Brandon Monroe. Oh, Tyler Vickery
and around goes Tyler Vickery.
Well, that happened quickly.
That did happen quickly.
Boy, it looked like Brandon Monroe had a little bit of a skirmish there, and then Tyler Vickery, I don't know if he's got too much rear brake in that thing. It looked like he tapped the brake and around it went, just like in the heat race. So Vickery spins, hits the wall a little bit. Might be a little cattywampus now, unfortunately. It might be a, I don't want to say it, but broken toe link maybe on the rear of that one.
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know that has a toe link, but it's definitely knocked the rear end askew.
He's definitely crab walking through 1 and 2.
Well, hey, Tyler got to say he led a lap.
He did lead a lap.
Went from the penthouse to the outhouse real quick, though, unfortunately. His return to the Speedway after a couple of weeks off, not going the way he wanted. Try to get that one fixed up for the big 50 lapper on the 27th. Here we go. Down to just more than a handful.
Green
a baker's
flag.
handful, if you will, into the Goss restart zone. Back underway for Brandon Monroe. It's the time of the night, Zach, where take what we get and have fun with it. Here we go. Brandon Monroe and Dustin Higdon, 2 buddies. Probably going to put on a show for us.
Higdon down to the bottom. Davila going to take that 3rd spot away. Here comes Stephen Brown now on the outside. Abremski going to go down to the bottom, see if he can take it 3 wide. But Davila going to charge up to the bottom, put the bumper to the back of Dustin Higdon. But it's Brandon Monroe still in the lead of this one.
Monroe with a really good lap. Nobody broke out that time. It usually takes about a lap or so to get them wound up. And then, as Donovan Ponder said, tracks were really rubbered up today. A lot of late model rubber down on the racetrack, and it's hot and slick. So I don't know if we're going to see breakouts. We probably will.
And that time by at the line, everybody's good. Abremski ran a 24.015.
And he just went through the grass. It doesn't matter. You throw that kid in anything, he's going to drive it towards the front. Cool of Aaron Foy to lend him the ride. Preston blew up his other car, had transmission problems. I believe that's what he told me during intermission. And Aaron Foy said, hey, go get my car and come give him a run. He's got a shot at Rookie of the Year now. Oh, and there it is.
And that's Abremski, 23.985. Falling back to, I believe, behind the 2.
You know, they could put him back behind the 25, and I think he'd catch back up.
I think he would catch back up.
It'd take him a lap and a half to get back there, but Monroe is still your leader. Oh, a little contact here as they start the position.
Davila in the 2 and Abremski in the 7 going to take the 88 3 wide going into turn 1. But it's going to be the 88 still, Stephen Brown, your point leader, who's going to keep that position for now.
Preston Abremski in the yellow 7 car running the bottom of the track. A cat-mouse game for who's going to be 3rd. Oh, we got Dustin
Higdon. Brandon Monroe that time, by the way, 24.000.
Yeah, you can run 24 flat. 1/1000th of a second faster, he would have to go to the back.
Back to the back.
And look at he says, all right, I'll let him catch up to me. Higdon's clear. He's back in the race. Remember, if you break out, you go to the end of the competitive field, which is right now 5th place.
So Abremski now in the 2nd spot after all that. 14 of Monroe able to put some space between himself and the rest of the field. That gap almost a full second.
3 wide. It's all good.
Higdon going down to the bottom to try to take that spot. 3 wide for 3rd. He pulls in front of Stephen Davila. And it's the 14 of Monroe still out front by almost a full second over Preston Abremski.
Everybody good that time by. the hornet's nest for second on back. Brandon Monroe, with those cars breaking out, was able to build himself a nice cushion, and he can use that cushion to play with it. You know, he can kind of back off a little bit earlier, but Preston Obremski's going to get there. The 7 car is going to get to him, and the race will be back on. 9 laps complete this time by for the 14 of Monroe, the former champion.
And so on the bottom goes Obremski that time. He was 0.3 faster than Brandon Monroe the last time they hit the line, so he's coming. Just in a couple laps here, the 34 going to get around to take the 3rd spot away. Dustin Higdon, a journeyman this year, Dustin Higdon. Not driving his own car this year.
Just driving whatever's available. He's been in the 14. He's down this 34.
He's in the 24 for a little bit.
All right, picking up the pace now. 24.07 for Higdon that time by. He's trying to get back in the mix.
Obremski and Monroe both, wow, those are hard to say together.
Right.
Both ran a 24.207 that last time by.
Identical laps for first and second.
Here comes Dustin Higdon now, trying to close in on the 2nd spot.
Higdon a 24.097, but you see, look at this, battle for the lead heating up, and Higdon eating into the lead as well. This top 5 is going to tighten back together over the final 9 laps, and if you get a breakout, it'll mix it up again.
Monroe 24.797, Obremski 24.365. We'll see what it is when they hit the stripe this time by. They're also closing in on the Ricasalo car, the 25. That time at the stripe, it's Obremski, a 23.923.
So he'll go back behind the 2, and when you break out later in the race and the field's a little more thinned out, it's a little bit tougher to get back in the mix, but don't count them out. Monroe, Higdon, and Brown, the point leader now, the top 3.
So it is now still Brandon Monroe's race to lose with 7 laps to go. Dustin Higdon, that time, it's still good. Everybody in the 24-second pocket.
Oh, I think the 2 just gave up the ghost. Davila's off the pace now. Tough break for Stephen Davila. Just cannot get that car to the finish of these races.
And it looks like the 2, Davila, he's going to slow on the back straightaway, see if he can get that.
You know, he's going to name that car Cruella Davila.
Yeah. And Obremski,
breakout.
once again, breaking out that time by.
Whoa, the 25 almost caught the leader. So Obremski now behind the 88, he's clear.
So here comes Dustin Higdon now
Rika
within a
Solo
car length.
on the
Rika
wall.
Solo saves it.
See, he's already blown the fender off that thing. There's nothing to cushion the blow now. 4 cars left to duke it out, and Rika Solo is going to get the top 5 for his troubles tonight. Less than 5 to go for Brandon Monroe.
Monroe ran a 25-second lap the last time by, but with Dustin Higdon closing in, the pace is going to pick up as they get to 4 laps to go at the stripe that time by. A 24.12 and a 21.16. Everybody in the top 3 is good.
Stephen Davila is still out there crawling around the speedway. Going to go a lap down. He'll keep it down on the bottom. Shouldn't be a problem for the leaders.
So Davila going to pull down to the inside of the racetrack. The leader's going to get around him. See if that takes the air off of Brandon Monroe. Gives Higdon a chance to get in there.
Wow, blistering lap time, 24.7 for Brandon Monroe. And all that's done is bring the field back together. And oh, look who's back, Preston Obremski. 7 car. Trying to win another race in his 2nd car of the season.
Preston Obremski, car number 7, goes way up to the top side in turn number 4. Can't get around to the 34. Dives to the inside on the front straightaway.
All good that time.
Everybody good.
Point leader Stephen Brown ran his fastest lap of the race at 24.13. His car, his little Chevy, doesn't look like it's got enough to keep up with the leaders here. Come on, the white flag, this one. Getting right down to the wire here as the lead tightens up like a rubber band. They come together here off the 4th corner. White flag in the air.
It's a 3-horse race. Monroe, Higdon, Obremski. Obremski's going to go down on the bottom. Take the 2nd spot away from Higdon. They're door-to-door through turns 1 and 2. Monroe going to get away by 2 car lengths, but the battle for 2nd down the back straightaway. Still side by side into the final set of corners.
Problem for Obremski. He's got a fast car, but I don't think he can push it any further. Brandon Monroe, if he doesn't break out, going to come to the line a winner. Monroe wins it. He'll keep it. Obremski with a 24.005 will come home in 2nd. Dustin Higdon 3rd. Brown and Rika Solo, your top 5.
That'll wrap it up for the Bomber A's. Brandon Monroe moonlighting here again. He'll pick up a win. You see Aaron Foy coming on over there to say congrats. Ladies and gentlemen, there he is, Brandon Monroe in car number 14, your race winner. We'll go ahead and grab a word with Brandon here. Well, you know, you came back. You said you had the speed to win it. You went out, you picked up the win, and you did it over one of the most dominant drivers of the season. Welcome back to Victory Lane.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It's good to be back here. We've got to do something with this 24 seconds. These cars got so much more, and we'd love to see it. I hope you guys would love to see it, but these cars got a lot more.
Anybody you want to thank for helping you get this car out here tonight?
Dustin Higdon, Jeepers Den, Two Fly Signs with Tim Walters, Advanced Refrigeration, my wife, my kids, everybody who helps us out.
Well, Brandon, congratulations. Welcome back to New Smyrna Victory Lane. Brandon Monroe bringing it on home for you folks, and we'll go ahead now grab a word with Preston Abramski.
First, we'll do a survey. Who likes the 24-second rule? Nobody. Okay. That's what I thought. All right. We'll get our second place finisher, Preston Abramski, over here. I mean, the 24-second rule at least keeps it close all race long, but you get to the end of the thing, and if you're too far back, it don't matter how fast you are, you can't get them. And that's kind of what happened to you today. A couple of breakouts, and just not enough time there at the end. But good run for you in a car that's not yours, you're not used to driving. It's got power steering, and you don't even like that.
Yeah, I can't thank Aaron and Charlie enough for letting me use their car, man. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be out here to race after having issues I had in practice. Once again, I can't thank Aaron and Charlie more than enough. It's definitely an adventure to jump into a car that I know very, very well, especially no power steering, and go to electric steering. And yeah, it's a good car. I like it a lot. If I would have had one more lap, I knew exactly where I could have got him at. But it was a good freaking time between us three, and that's all that matters. So I'm happy.
Well, the fun thing about this class is we got several different drivers, yourself now included, that can pretty much hop into anything. Like Dustin Higdon, give him the keys to something, he'll go race towards the front, and now you're doing the same thing.
Yeah, it's a blast, man. If you have the right car and the right driver's mindset, you could do anything. That's the biggest thing.
Well, Preston, I'm glad to see you get a backup ride today. Hopefully you get your car fixed, and we'll see you out here in a couple of weeks.
Thank you, man. I'll definitely have it fixed out here soon. It's simple, but it was easier to go out and get his car, and thankfully he allowed me to do that. So we'll be back in the next race and come take P1 again.
1,000 to win on the 27th, so get ready for that one.
Don't think I'm doing that. That's probably going to be a crazy show. It's not worth walling a car up, so I'll wait till I think September's the next race and come out and take first place in that. So it's always a blast.
Fair enough. You're in the hunt for Rookie of the Year now, so keep it clean, and we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Preston Abramski brings it home with a solid second-place run in a car that's not even his own. Over to Zach to hear from Dustin Higdon,
He's right here, actually. We'll go ahead and pick up something with Dustin Higdon here. And Dustin, hopping in another car for you, another new car coming home. Top 3, back here on the asphalt. It's got to feel good.
Yeah, it's great. Chris called me this week, asked me to wheel the car that Eddie Jr. ran last week. We got some bugs to work out. I wish I could turn as good as these guys, but we ran clean, and we put on a good show for the last race of the night.
Well, you've been, one of the standouts in the Bomber A's over the years. You can pretty much hop into any car in this field and wheel it to a top 3. That takes a lot of skill. Anyone you want to thank here tonight?
Yeah, I got to thank Bougie Motorsports, Frank and Holly, Brandon Gaither, Brandon Moreau, everyone with my crew. I think that's about it.
Well, Dustin, congratulations. Welcome back to the podium. And that does it for the Bushman Steel Buildings Bomber A's. We will, in just a minute, run the Mid-Atlantic Marketing 602 Tour Type Modifieds, and that will wrap it on up for tonight's program. So you got one more race out here for you tonight, race fans. Don't go anywhere, because coming up next, the 602 Modifieds are going to close out the night.
8809-2 are probably the favorites, just based on the past history of the division. If you're betting with your friends, one of those 3 cars might be a good pick here tonight. But let's see what happens. 25 laps. We've seen a lot of crazy things tonight, a lot of attrition. We'll see who can survive the final event of the night. Be our final driver in Victory Lane. Here they come. Off of corner number 4 to the Goss Equipment start zone, and we're underway. Good start for the 88. That's been his Achilles heel this year. Got Chris Hatton Jr. on the outside. He's got the lead in turn 1.
Hatton going to take the lead away from Hatton, and now it's the two of Hank Baker Jr. now to the back of them, trying to hold the third position down. How about the 27, Tim Evans, holding it down in fourth? The field single filed out through turns 3 and 4.
They didn't even know Tim was here until the heat race and holding his own out there.
Chris Hatton Jr., the 09 Generac machine, out in front already with an early lead of about 4 car lengths. The battle for second now between John Hatton and Hank Baker Jr.
Hank Baker painting the yellow line through turns 3 and 4. Drawing a beat now on the 88 of John Hatton, but away with the lead. And pulling away is the 09 of Chris Hatton Jr. Here comes Hank Baker with a run off turn 2.
Baker tucked back in line behind Hatton that time around. The 27 starting to fall a little bit off the pace of the leaders. Further back in the field, Brian Soch in the 8 and the 99 of James Williams starting to fight over the final spot in the top 5.
And settling in here, 3 laps complete. Top 3 have broken away. Tim Evans running in the 4th position. Soch has made it up to 5th, but now that yellow number 99 of Williams for that final spot in the top 5.
The 99 of Williams now cedes that position to Soch in the 8th. The battle for second, still the closest one on the racetrack between John Hatton and Hank Baker Jr. 4 laps in the books, coming to 5 now, 20 laps remaining. And that is the closest battle on the racetrack, is the one for second and the battle for 5th.
Hank Baker Jr. keeps getting a good run off the second corner, but looks like John Hatton's got the horsepower advantage down the straightaways.
The 88 John Hatton, they've been working the bugs out of that car for much of the season. Hasn't picked up a win just yet, but it's been getting faster each and every week. As Christopher Hatton Jr. now continues to lead, 6 laps complete.
Leaders catching traffic here. The 2 car going to keep it down to the bottom. Should clear him down the front straightaway. Lead battle heating up now in turn number 4. Hank Baker Jr. still trying to work the inside of the racetrack.
Couldn't quite make it that
Oh, we got
time, and
trouble. Look
car
out.
around.
99 of Williams around. Leader still on it. And wow, the 99. Thank goodness he got out of the way. Yes, nobody was on the radios for the leaders there. My heart.
I guess not, because everybody
Caution
almost
was out for a minute.
near contact with car 99 James Williams. 8 laps complete.
Didn't we see that same setup a couple weeks ago? Like take out some really fast race cars that haven't been able to get back?
Uh-huh.
It'll be the 09 Christopher Hatton Jr. on the outside, ready for the restart.
It'll be the 09, 88, 2, 27, 8, 2, and 99 coming out of turn number 4 to take the green flag. 8 laps in the books, a little over halfway to go for Christopher Hatton Jr.
John Hatton able to get up to speed on the restart. That's the best restart he's had all season. But he's not able to hang with Chris Hatton Jr. Hank Baker Jr. had a wheel up to the outside, couldn't make it stick. And we're right back to where we were before the caution came out.
It's the 2 of Hank Baker Jr. all over the back bumper. John Hatton in the 88, Chris Hatton Jr. in the 88, or the 09, excuse me, pulling away from the rest of the field. 27 alone on an island in 4th, and the rest of the field single filed out.
Well, I'm telling you, if the 2 can get by the 88, he might have something for the 09. It's just Hank Baker Jr. can't use all the racetrack right now because the 88's where he needs to be.
And 15 laps remaining here for Christopher Hatton Jr. in car 09. John Hatton second, Hank Baker third. 4th is the 27 Tim Evans, and then it's Brian Soch in 5th. 6th is Richard Brayton, and 7th is the 99 James Williams.
Gotta give a shout out to Tim Evans. Came out here late, didn't practice, wasn't even on the heat lineup, and running 4th, and not all that far off the top dogs for the division. So good night for Tim.
You know, we've seen a lot of that this season. We've seen a lot of guys who aren't even on our entry list who show up. And what was the Mod Mini guy?
Brandon Davis.
Lee Davis.
Lee Davis.
Lee
Yeah,
Davis.
Brandon's dad. We learned that in Victory Lane. And I remember seeing a post on Facebook that I can't believe those guys didn't know who we are. Well, he hasn't raced here in my time, but boy, we certainly learned who he was, and I can't wait to see him back now, you know?
He was fantastic.
He was. Drove a car that wasn't even his own to second place in the Mod Minis. And if the 71 hadn't been here, who knows? Might have been for the win. But Mod Minis back, family fun night September. In a fun division to watch rebuild this season. No change amongst the top three. It is Chris Patton, still your leader.
We're just past halfway now, and then now they're finally catching up on these slow cars, both of which look like they're going to pull to the inside and let the leaders by.
Williams had to blow way up to let the leaders go, but love the sportsmanship out of these guys. It looks like the two of Brake is going to give up the ghost and bring that patriotic number 2 to the pits.
And it's the 09 who is still at the front of this field. John Hatton in the 88 still in second. Third, Hank Baker Jr. in the 2. And then way thin back to the 27 of Tim Evans. And then 5th place, the 99, James Williams.
16 laps complete. Winding down on what's been a very eventful and fun night of racing here at the new Smyrna Speedway. Great start to the night. 19 Hoosier Pro Late models. Putting on a great show. Came down to the last couple of laps to who's going to win that one. Well in control of the final one, but not going to crown him yet. John Hatton in his tire tracks as they lap the Soch number 8 car. Last year's champion Hank Baker Jr. getting a little bit sideways there in the 2. Don't look now. Silver Bullets running towards the front, closing in on our leader as we're going to lap 18.
John Hatton in the 88. We saw him finish 3rd last week after dominating the race. And this time he's looking to close in with just a handful of laps to go. They're going to come to 6 to go the next time by. And it's the 09 Generac-powered machine for Christopher Hatton Jr., who's at the front, but John closing in.
John a little out of the groove that time in turns 3 and 4, and there's a distinct groove today. You can see the rubber that's been laid down. There's several late models practiced throughout the day yesterday, and we've been running on the track since about 10 a.m. You see that dark groove through the corners. That is the racing groove, and the 88 was clearly above it. You can see how much time he lost. A lap to go, and now with 5 to go, Hank Baker Jr. is putting the pressure on for the runner-up spot.
2.5 miles left around the new Smyrna Speedway, and it's all belonging to Christopher Hatton Jr., who has been the point man all night long in the 602 Tour-type modifieds. And we'll see if John Hatton has anything for him. But Hank Baker Jr. is closed back in on the 88. So now we've got a battle for second as they come up upon the lapped car of James Williams in the 99.
They've closed back in on Christopher Hatton Jr. I wonder if the 09's going away a little bit or what. But another good corner here for the 88 as he closes in. Closest he's been about 3 car lengths off the lead as we come to 3 to go.
3 more times around for Christopher Hatton Jr., who is trying to fend off a hard charge from John Hatton. He's trying to fend off a charge from Hank Baker Jr. So a 3-car tandem down the back straightaway, about equally spaced, coming to popsicle sticks from Tyler. 2 laps to go.
Hatton Jr. a good lap that time. He's back up to about a 5-car length lead. John Hatton, if he's going to get that first win of the year, has got to get up on the wheel. Oh, Hank Baker throws it around off turn number 2. Yellow flag is out. So he sits in the middle of the track. Hank Baker Jr. throws away the 3rd spot. Might still be able to get it back, though, with a 2-lap shootout.
So we'll see here. Safety crews on the scene, trying to clean up the incident down there on the back straightaway.
And there's the 2 getting the push. Let's see if it'll pop into gear here.
And there we go. Hank Baker going to rejoin the field. I really wonder how much that might screw with Chris Hatton Jr. because he's not going to have anybody behind him here.
I don't think he's going to care. I think he's going to be gone in turn 1. But that's my prediction. Let's see how it all plays out. 2 laps to go to close out the night. Appreciate everybody who stuck around to the bitter end. And let's see how this one finishes off. Here we go. Green flag in the air. Oh, pretty good start for the 88, but there goes the 09. He is clear in turn 1.
And Chris Hatton Jr. going to hang out in front, 2-3 car lengths now ahead of John Hatton. Here comes Hank Baker Jr. getting around Tim Evans in the 27.
Got back to 3rd.
They're coming around this time for the white flag. 1 lap to go.
Final time into turn 1. Chris Hatton Jr. by 2 car lengths. John Hatton's going to drive the wheels off of this thing, but he's running out of time. Down the back straightaway into turn 3 for the final time.
Chris Hatton Jr. in the Generac-powered 09 going to come out of turn 4, take the final checkered flag of the night. Christopher Hatton Jr. going to win for the Mid-Atlantic Marketing 602 Tour Type Modified. John Hatton going to come home second.
And here he comes, ladies and gentlemen. Christopher Hatton Jr., your race winner for the 602 Modifieds. Here to wrap up the program at the New Smyrna Speedway. We'll get him over to the front of the car. Oh, Christopher, it wasn't totally easy. John had you pretty close tonight and was actually getting good restarts this time. So I see everybody's been working hard to get the bugs worked out of that one. So you had some good competition tonight, but congratulations on another win.
Yeah, thanks, and thanks for having us. We enjoy it. But yeah, it was his kill switch all along, nothing fuel related. So.
Well, at least you guys figured it out.
Yeah, it was good. I'm glad he was getting good, figuring out the 10s. We're trying to be as fast as Speed Week guys, so that's our goal. Hank's getting there. It's a bummer it happened at the end, but it was a close 3-car race for a while, and then obviously what happened to Dad sucks. So.
Yeah, we hate to see that first lap of the heat race, but that's racing sometimes, and that'll just give you guys something to do to get that one fixed up.
Yeah, it'll take a couple weeks, hopefully next race, but probably the September races, but we'll put them in a different car or something and try to get a car count for you guys. We appreciate you guys having us. I know there's a lot of drama going on right now, but we stay out of it, and we're here. We appreciate you guys.
Well, that's the best thing to do. We appreciate having you guys bringing these cool race cars out for us to see, and looking forward to having you guys back on the 27th.
Yep, we appreciate it, Ryan.
Ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Hatton Jr., your race winner for the 602 Modified. So we'll throw it over to Zach to hear from John. Sounds like they got that restart bug worked out.
So John Hatton coming home with another second place. Couldn't outrun the 09 once again, but it sounds like you're getting everything worked out on this car and getting it ready to pick up a win here in no time.
Yeah, the 09's a hard car to beat. Yeah, we're still working on it. It felt way better tonight, and all thanks to my cousin, Christopher, and Charlie. They both worked on it for quite some time yesterday.
Anybody you want to thank for getting this car together tonight?
My cousin, Chris, Charlie, my uncle who couldn't be here, obviously due to the heat, my dad, my wife, my daughter, anybody that has part of this car.
Well, congratulations on the runner-up finish. Hopefully we'll be seeing car number 88 in victory lane here in no time for John Hatton. Now we'll talk to Hank Baker Jr., your final podium finisher of the night.
Thank you, Zach. And sounds better spin to win, but spinning third, you'll take it because, like we were just talking down here, you didn't hit anything and looked like you had a pretty fast car and it was pushing until it got loose on you.
Yeah, we've been fighting with this thing since we got it. We're getting a bad push, so for it to finally spin to the loose side, we'll take it. They had some really fast cars. John was hard to get around. Christopher's really fast, so I'm just glad to be on a podium finally. It's been a while.
Good competitive field tonight, and you're right up there in the mix and able to get back up to third. And I kept saying to Zach, I'm like, I think they can get it to start. I think they can get back to third. So I'm sure you'll take it given everything that went down today.
Oh, definitely. And I want to thank my sponsors, Paramount Medical Billing, So Cute Custom Threads, and Dudney Trailer Repair, and then Clean Bee Cleaning.
Well, we appreciate you coming out here and being part of the field, and congratulations on a third-place finish.
Thank you very much, and thank you guys for coming out, whoever stayed.
Ladies and gentlemen, Hank Baker Jr. brings it home in third, and that's going to wrap up another wild night here at the New Smyrna Speedway. Hope you guys had a good time, and like Hank said, appreciate everybody sticking around to the end. Believe me, somebody's got to be last, and I hate it every time we put out the schedule. Whatever that division is, it has to be last. They appreciate you sticking around to the end. I appreciate you guys being here. We hope you had a great time. We'll be back next Saturday. Zach and I will bring you the Florida Modified 60-lapper, plus the Ashley Holmes Jacks trucks are back. So that'll be a good show. That is August the 22nd, 6 o'clock that'll start. So please get home safe tonight and come back and see us. For those of you watching on Facebook, you guys need to be here next Saturday night. There's nothing better than watching what actually happens to see how they get down here. So thank you all for coming. Please get home safe, and we'll see you again next Saturday night. On behalf of Zach Miles, I'm Ryan Stevens. We had a great time watching the races with you. And on behalf of the Hart family and everyone at New Smyrna, thank you for coming, and we'll see you next Saturday. Take care, everyone.